got to take out the original one for it to work.
Yeah, please.
I'm back
If
live.
you don't close, you might get stuck.
Say I'm back live. You can see it.
To me, it looks like it's the same one. Okay, now I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. But yeah, today, won't wait till somebody get on here. Hey, hello.
It's me.
Is it working now?
Who your baby mama?
Yes, it's working.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, but today I was gonna talk about narcissistic behaviors, like how to spot a narcissist.
Yeah, narcissism and narcissists, they're all pretty obvious in their behavior.
They fantasize about ultimate success and power, beauty.
Your stream just ended. What the heck? That's weird.
Can y'all hear me on the live?
This video has been removed by the uploader. Am I in the wrong place?
Yeah, you may be on the wrong one because
Okay.
I'm on the. Yeah. Get out and come back in.
Okay, here I am. I'm getting rid of that person. Sorry.
Y'all would not believe what has happened.
What's
I
up?
just took the time to do that, and there's no sound. I don't understand.
Wow.
No
What's
sound.
going on?
Can you hear me?
Are we having a Mercury retrograde or something? That's
Right.
the only other thing.
You can't hear me? I'm gonna have to log off to get back on again.
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
I hear you on the computer. I hear you.
Signs you can spot a narcissist. No matter way, they are in fantasy land to success. They feel entitled to everything. Just need all the attention, all the special privileges, all the special treatment. They lack empathy. They're arrogant. They're envious. Explosive behavior. And unable to take criticism. Unable to take the truth. And it's a lot of people on YouTube with narcissistic traits, and I just think it's very ugly and nasty, and I can't watch people that are like just narced out. They're just narked out. Let's just call them narcs. These narcs, these clowns, these Jezebel spirits. They're just narcs, and I don't know what to say about them. Other than Sid, explain their thinking patterns.
Well, you pretty much covered it. They think that everything is evolved around them, and those that they speak to, they have high expectations of those people to pretty much go along with whatever they say, and if you don't, they will shame you into feeling terrible about not thinking the same way they do or going along with whatever they want you to go along with. So those who actually are involved or have involvement with one, whether it's in a cordial environment or whether they are actively connected, meaning like they're friends, right, or whatever relationship situation it's in, it's typically they're in control, or at least they think they're in control. So yeah, those are usually those people that listen to those that are narcissists. They typically don't want to be shamed. So they will literally go along with whatever that person says. So if we're talking about YouTube, there's a lot of that shit going on.
Yes, a lot of narcissists.
Everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid to be themselves around one, because if the narcissist thinks that you should be like them and you're not, then you're public enemy number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on.
Right. And I also feel like the narcissists, they're content creators.
Well, yeah,
They're content creators, thieves. They steal. Thieves. They're thieves. Hi, good night.
Okay.
I can tell you what. Can I tell one question? What's your question? Talk to me nice. What's your question?
We're working on the sound, Earl.
They still can't hear?
No, it's just that it's not even your fault. I think YouTube or something's going on. Still can't hear? No, it's just that it's not even your fault.
Put your question. I don't think nobody be blocking your questions, but put your questions. I don't think nobody's blocking you.
Misha, I think the only time there's an issue is when you move the phone and it was muffled. As soon as you asked us again, you moved the phone and it sounded much better. So leave it how it is.
Oh, my hand was probably over a speaker.
Yeah.
Well, what's your question? But yeah, these narcissists on the YouTube. Let me get comfortable. But yeah, these narcissists on the YouTube. What's your question? Oh, it's good now? Okay, good.
Maybe they don't really have. They keep saying one question at the same question. But anyway, keep the queue for questions going so you can address them.
But yeah, these women, they be using them. They be using you could tell a narcissistic woman by the way that her manipulation behavior is, the way she has to be superior over others or has to be the only one that shines. That's real
right.
Narco. It's giving narco.
That's a narco, right?
Yeah.
It's giving narco. Yeah, narcissists are running the country as well. They're working in your bank. It could be a doctor. I mean, we're walking amongst them, remember? And they walk amongst us. So we've got other types of, disruptive type personalities. Take, for instance, a psychopath, sociopath. There's more.
Right, I've seen a lot of...
We all have, I hate to say the word or use the word tendencies, but when someone is more one way, they become unbalanced. So all human beings have, this tendency, I'll say it because I don't know what else to use at the moment, what word to use at the moment. But if we go unbalanced, then we become full on. But some people are born psychopaths, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to chime in on what they think that looks like? I mean, how does that happen?
From gossip, lies, spreading rumors, stage a smear campaign.
Yeah. And all that's happened, right?
All of it. And my spirit won't allow me. I'll be sometimes clicking on it, watching people's stuff, but my spirit won't allow me just to sit there and watch people's lives fully because of this narcissistic trait.
Right. And also, the number one way to get at the heart of this whole thing, if there is a narcissist in your life, the best way to defeat one is to simply give them no energy. Because they're looking for you to give a reaction, an emotional one at that. So if you don't give them a reaction, or at least a reaction they anticipate or expect, this will make them feel completely useless, inadequate. They'll start to feel all those things that they want you to feel, in essence.
Because I feel like it's diabolical. I don't got time for nobody mildew attitude. And it's just diabolical.
Because if you breathe in mildew, you get sick.
Right. It's just spreading around mildew all on YouTube.
Can't believe she used that.
It's like a really, it's like poison, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think the best way to, beat one is to simply not give it any energy. And this goes for all kinds of people, that reach your borders. Like having personal borders, and all that is very important, because then you don't allow for this energy harvesting and siphoning. Your energy is very precious.
Okay.
Give it to who you want to, but you shouldn't give it to somebody who expects it and drains you of it and gives you nothing back. It's not an equal exchange of energy.
Facts. Because
yeah, it's completely their way of gaining their perceived power. They're actually afraid to be themselves. Although,
yeah, because I think it's weird how I'll see people on YouTube. Some of them be the same color as me, and when they're dealing with the people of my skin tone, they act ratchet, hood, ghetto. But when they get around the Edomite, the white man, the Caucasian man, they all hello.
Right. Why do you think that is?
Skitsed out their mind. They're not being themselves. They got to act away so other people can like them.
Yeah, that's possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. And it's a false sense of identity,
Oh, they have an identity crisis.
Well, they have fear. They have fear of being accepted, not being accepted. I'm sorry. They have fear of. They're actually afraid of how people would perceive them, which makes them more insecure than they let on to actually be. They make themselves to be like confident, and when the ego is strong and heavy,
they be looking like a deer in headlights.
Say that again.
I said when it gets strong and heavy, they be looking like a deer in headlights.
Yeah, I find it easy to spot one just with the traits you describe. And just throughout my life, I've met so many, and I'm pretty sure I've dated a few, and you learn, like, real quick, like, those kinds of personality traits are, when they're unbalanced, they're very toxic. So let's talk more about the people that follow them, if we're talking about them here on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I feel like people think that they're actors, or they're putting on this facade.
Yeah.
Some people rock with it, some people don't. Most people are narcissists.
Yeah.
What you think about it?
And I really feel like that it makes it hard for the person watching who doesn't like that kind of behavior, and it's hard for the person watching at times, because, like, if the message is true, meaning they can be a narcissist and still tell the truth, but they can also lie. So there's like a healthy balance of lies and truth, right?
Yeah.
Because they're hiding who they are on some level. but they're also going to tell you lies as well as the truth. So, and because you look at them and look up to them in a way because of how they present themselves, you then think that you have to buy the t-shirt they're selling. You can't be an independent thinker from someone who is a narcissist and wants you to follow them. And everything they say is going to be right. And you have to follow along with their program. You have to agree. If you think outside of how they think and your perception's different, you're automatically the enemy, which is ridiculous and pathetic, right?
Facts. Do Allie got dance classes right now? Oh, I don't know. I think the videos are old. The videos are old, 2022 or something.
From my understanding, Allie used to be a dance teacher for children before she went on the run. So people are in their videos, acting as if she's doing this on the side. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, what you call is tripping. Danny went live for 10 hours talking about nothing but just making fun of this woman, making fun of Shelly and her back and scoliosis. And we don't even know if Shelly has scoliosis, but she's just been making fun of these people. Like, I went in and went out, and she said, "La Misha," but Danny, the dancing clown, is just like, ugh. Why are you harassing them? But I don't even want to be saying it. I don't even want to give them no energy, not a time of the day.
Right. I just know that I can sense that you feel a little bit of irritation with how some people are acting, and I guess that's an exercise in learning how not to react to people, because you know what, they're going to continue making the videos they make until something changes in their life, and that's the point. Like, if we all give them energy, they need to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
If we don't like it, we simply don't tune in. We don't need to consume what's not good for us, right?
Right.
Now, those who do tune in are okay on that frequency, and they're not looking at the person speaking truly. They have an ideal. They've created this, they propped up a character in their mind that this person is a certain way.
Yeah.
But if they were to break it all down, they would see this person's probably toxic, would snap at them probably in an instant if they felt necessary, would put them in their place. So that all this loyalty is for someone who expects it from you, and they don't deserve it, type situation.
So all these videos that are playing on YouTube about Allie, they're all old.
Right, that's true. Yeah, they are.
So
putting out lots.
I was
of
thinking
videos.
When I was thinking about that, I was like, all these old videos, these old live, people are sharing like she just now saying these things, and these things are old. Where is Allie, and is she being sex trafficked? Like, when she got pulled over by the police and she was hyperventilating, didn't nobody stop to think why she hyperventilated like that?
Because all throughout her life,
she's been getting sex trafficked by the police.
Yeah, and she's also got trauma. So, like, seeing the police and the crooked police that she's dealt with, I'm not surprised that she went into that, physical state. And people don't understand because they're looking at it from a lens that's not from Allie's lens. Like, her perception of reality based on what her experience is and all the trauma is going to be different from somebody who's not had the same amount, right, and experience. So they're working it out, trying to fill in the blanks themselves, and that's detrimental to the actual truth. If people would not do that and actually go to the source, or wait to find out before you make assumptions. A lot of times that we do that, it creates problems, on getting the truth or getting to the truth. So
do you think Danny's actually trying to help Allie?
I don't know Danny, and I don't know what her intention is. What I don't like, and I'll just say, and I'll be honest, I don't like that she's calling people's mothers.
Me neither, because she called my mom.
Calling on services. because she doesn't know the whole story. She is just simply looking for the truth.
Hey,
Could she be intentionally doing it? I don't know, but it's not a good look in the grand scheme of things. It's something I don't like. Does it mean it's illegal? There might be some implications. I don't know. It's just a little bit too messy.
And all I gotta say is my.
I mean, that's, I don't know. Like, we're grown-ups, but people are acting like they aren't, on some level. Not talking about Danny. I'm just saying in general.
In general, all of them are little girls. All of them. Even the big one. They're all little girls. And I'm not going to say nobody's names. I wasn't even trying to say Danny the Dancing Clown, but I just love Pennywise. That's my favorite movie.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, for the sake of humanity, I would like to think that everybody is just simply hurt by something they haven't healed. Like, that's obvious. Like, when they behave a certain way, it's because they've got wounds, and these wounds have not been healed. And when you're bleeding on other people because of these wounds, you're going to act out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But what you think about
It's a projection of that wound. So your expectations of other people are based on these wounds that you haven't healed.
What you think about narcissists?
They fucked up people.
Sid, let's pay attention to Falfane's question. She's saying it can't be. She was older when she did that dancing school videos. I kind of agree. If you're afraid, why are you out there giving your location for classes? What do you all think?
She wasn't afraid
then.
She wasn't afraid at the time.
On the run then, from what I understand.
She wasn't on the run.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look up the older timeline on her story, because I haven't been following it. I have been following her since the beginning, but like somewhere in the middle it dropped out. I haven't seen anything until recently, in recent years, such as 2024. So, I don't know for sure.
I think what it is that the stuff that the insurance people got is the stuff that's not out in the papers, that's not out on the news. So what I'm thinking is that she's always threatening to. She's already name dropping, but she haven't said exactly what them people did, and I feel like Danny's trying to help silence her, put her in a mental hospital so they can get her back in Russia or something. Like, I feel like they trying to silence her if she ain't already silenced.
I mean, I'll say it like this. I believe Allie and her mother, okay? I believe that there are dangerous people that they had to run and hide from. Because I know the underlayer of this bullshit really well, because of the people I've helped in the past, over the years. And their stories are as real as it can get. And not everybody knows and understands that, so they're always looking to make sense of everything in their minds, based on their perceptions, right? But because I understand that underbelly, there's no way, that they could stay. They'd have to keep moving. If they have what they say they have, then it makes sense to me that they are on the run.
Yeah,
it completely does.
To me too. You guys, Misha, actually, can you tell who's sending the laugh smileys right now on your chat?
I don't see no laugh smileys. I'm not on YouTube. I'm on the Streamlabs, so I can't see if they put it on YouTube.
Okay. Can T do so? Because I want to see who it is, like constantly, non-stop sending laugh smileys.
Freedom of speech allow for a lot, even for ridiculous people like Danny. I don't agree with anything she does. Me neither.
Okay, so you're looking at the screen. So can you tell who's sending the smileys right now?
No, you can't tell who sends smileys. You just see the likes if they send them.
Okay.
Keep up. Send likes. What smiley face? They laughing? Smiley face?
Yes, that's what they're doing. They're laughing at you.
Oh, well.
So I just wanted to see who it is, because I don't know how it looks on your side.
You get it. Huh?
Yeah, everybody shouldn't believe everything. Everybody do their own investigation. It made me think of that saying they used to say, "Look who's calling the kettle black." Like everybody do their
Also,
own investigation.
Lamisha, I think it's safe. It's safer if people just simply observed instead of coming to conclusions so quickly. I mean, we all fall, fall under that trap too. Like where we're like, like in our minds are going, in that way. But like we sometimes just need to sit back, observe, and allow things to take place.
Yeah, that's why I say it's called the narcos with the clickbait. They just got clickbait.
Yeah.
Nothing better else to do.
And
they don't have no positive bone in their body. Everything has been negative to where it's like making my nerves negative. And everybody's just negative. It's just negative Nancy on YouTube. Where is the happy? Where YouTube used to be positive and happy. Like when did it switch for YouTube? I thought YouTube used to have facts. Now it's just like a whole bunch of BS. But I guess you can have freedom of speech. Say what you want to say. Say how you feel. But a lot of people are waking up to this low vibrational stuff. People need high vibrations. Like it's shifting, and the change is coming. But you just see through. I just be seeing through their crap. I can see through it,
Yeah, I mean, it takes you've got to use your intuition. A lot of times people forget to do so. If something feels off, really examine that and ask yourself, why does it feel off? Do I agree with what this person's doing? I'll give you an example. Say someone's going around from channel to channel, yelling at them, just being abusive and toxic. But you think their messaging is, you're in agreement with their messaging. Like, they're a truth teller or whatever, right? But while they're truth telling, they're also being very toxic. I mean, what happens then? Do you go along with it because she's telling the truth, or at least she's told some truth, or he's told some truth? Or
I won't lie, I'll talk about
do you really look at that person and go, there's more to this? And a lot of us, we are empathetic, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But you'll have people going around saying, oh, that person got you by your heartstrings. Trying to shame others for using their heart, while others aren't even using their intuition. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm going to use all three things. My gut, my heart, and my brain.
Yeah.
So that I can work it out for myself. I don't need someone to tell me how to think. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll apologize if I say anything publicly. We have freedom of speech in this country. So I'm not saying don't speak. I'm saying don't stop people from speaking. You don't need to be in their business. Lamisha, if you want to talk about rainbows and unicorns all day, why shouldn't you?
Yeah, but they're going to be bashing me if I talk about rainbows and unicorns. They're going to be like, did you hear Lamisha say that she rode on the mermaid back?
Yeah, well, I'm saying to you, forget about feeding them your energy, because there are plenty of people, let's just say at least a good handful of people in your chat right now that do support you and are caring human beings that aren't judging you, So,
and I want to take the opportunity here to say, sorry, Sid, if you're
I'm fine.
not done, I can wait.
No, I'm done. Good. You go.
Okay. That the people that are in the chat, once Misha gets her StreamYard back, like her hours back, we'll give you guys a chance to talk to, like some of you, you can just directly talk to her and state what you guys think. This is not about us or, even just about Misha. This is like a family of people that are of not only mind, but heart. So, you know, if this was my channel, I would make it about that, and I'm sure Misha would feel the same way too. And then the second thing I wanted to say is, maybe one day, well, okay, let me first say this. So maybe one day maybe today, we'll talk about each of us, what drew us to Misha, Sid, and Divine. And then later, you guys can do the same too, if you want to do it by voice.
Trump burning rainbow flags right now.
At some point, because I think, you know, I think it's safe to say there's 17 people here. I'm sure about like 4 to 5 of them at least have understood that there are no stupid people here in this room. There are no, you know, illogical, absent-minded, dizzy people in this room, on this panel as well. So what would make people who are highly intelligent, to say the least, and perhaps some wisdom and talents of understanding humanity as, you know, in its on every level, you know, if I dare to say. If we are of that level, then what would make us gather around Misha and not only trust her, but want to, you know, be there for her? Everyone needs to ask themselves that. Yeah. The only question that remains under that is a very cynical one, which is, what if they're her handlers? Well, we can address that too. I mean, I think it'll be, you know, mostly stated just by us telling our stories. I was a person who was blocked from this channel, so I was definitely an outsider. It wasn't at the fault of anyone here. It was because I was going off on Misha from before, like, I even joined the chat about the dog. I was like, take your dog out the cage, you know. And I left the wrong impression of her, because once I see an animal that I feel like might be in distress, I lose it, you know. So I'm definitely an outsider, and I freaked them out. I don't know if it was Misha or who it was who blocked me by the time I decided to join the chat. So I'm definitely not the team for Misha, and neither is Sid. Maybe Sid, you may want to tell this story right now, like how you know her, how you got to know her. I know you've said bits and pieces here and there. If you want to do that, or you can do it another time.
They say yes, she
No,
does.
I don't mind talking a little bit about how I got to be here.
Uh-huh.
I watched the Lionel B video, and I haven't quite reached out to her. I'm very terrible with my memory is short. I guess long-term memory is not so great. So I have short-term memory at the moment about dates and stuff. That's kind of just where I'm at right now with some things. And I've never been really good with dates anyway, so that doesn't help. But yeah, but after a few videos and observing communities completely bullying Lanisha, I recognized that there was things going on with her while she was telling these stories, right? That her experience. So immediately I recognized that there was MK Ultra. She started describing satanic ritual abuse, and I've helped so many people under the same types of situations. So I immediately recognized that her way of telling her experience is going to, and obviously other people watching, and YouTube, you know, you've got a mixed bag of people who are fully conscious and some who aren't, right? So, and some just not clued up on certain things. And MK Ultra is one of those things that humanity has yet to admit to themselves on a grand scale, that it's been happening for a long time. And so a lot of us sitting back watching do recognize these things. And I recognize that she was under this sort of programming And as she went from show to show, and she only did 4, but technically 3, because the 4th one was with the Walking with the Ancestors, and apparently that turned out that she wasn't allowed on to speak. If anybody watched that. Anyway, I was there for the whole thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to help her. She clearly needs someone to stand and say, hey, I want to hear what happened to you, and I'm not going to judge you. And I asked her, do you want me to help you? We got in touch, and I actually just let her talk to me, and I asked her questions, but mostly I just let her speak so she could be comfortable in the space that she was in without trying to adjust for me, because I just seem to know how to read her expression, because I guess I'm used to these types of expression where memories are recalled in such a way that would confuse a normal person, where else I'm following along because I'm used to the way they speak.
Yep.
I guess the rest is history after that, because I consider her a friend of mine.
They talk about how they met me, what made them talk to me.
So, yeah, I just consider her a friend of mine now because of, me just opening up that space for her to heal with someone who will never judge her. And in my own head, I said, even if she lied, I said I wouldn't judge her.
That's what I would judge her, but I said to myself, even if she lied, I want to first of all get to know her, because she did not get to say her story. And so get to hear the full story from every aspect. And then the second thing I wanted, even if she lied, to do for her is to be there for her. And if she was lying, I wanted to literally give her advice, like, you don't have to do that. Because, that's just the way I am. I like to correct wrongs, of course it's, if I'm giving myself to someone, as a human to human, I'm trying to be there for someone, then I would be doing her a disservice if I don't correct her. She doesn't have to take it. She can tell me it's none of your business or whatever, but that's another topic, But that's the step I would take. I deal with people.
No, Danny sent abusive message to me. Yeah, she did. Danny called my mother.
And I know when to,
I ain't like that.
I don't say my truth everywhere to anyone's face. No, but
girl, Danny.
If I even want to be close to you or do anything for you as a sister, as a friend, as whatever, then I would be disingenuous if I don't tell you that, don't lie. You don't need to lie.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't lie, it's wrong.
Yeah.
I would say
but to be clear on the point that I was trying to make is,
but you always posting your location.
even if she did lie and she hasn't,
So the title of this
what use and MK Ultra programming, which is there are layers of that type of programming, and it's really, really terrible. And what happens to the mind is so a lot of people don't understand that, so they're looking at it from a very tainted lens and limited lens. So on the subject of Danny calling services on Shelly and Allie, I believe that that's wrong, because you don't actually know what's going on, and even if it's not cause more problems than actually. So I just wanted that to be clear.
Yes, thank you. And I'm so glad that, I said that the part that I covered and you covered your part, because you know that I know what you meant by that. I would definitely not misunderstand you. I know you're just as honest and straightforward as I am. So I'm just glad that you explained that aspect of your way of looking at it too. But what you just said about Danny is so important. If I was Danny, doing it to Jag is one thing, but doing it to Misha, you don't even know her. You don't have 4 years worth of justification to take that step, and even if it was 4 years of Misha's lies, and then you get to the point where you just want to expose her, you have to know, like, put her on the scale, like, which is heavier? You know, you're already sticking your nose in other people's business. Now, if you consider yourself a journalist, and, you know, that's just, YouTube is allowing you to play that part and convince yourself with it. She does a pretty good job of it. I'm not trying to, like, you know, be whatever about it, but she does do a pretty decent job of it. She covers everything. But if you consider yourself that, and you also give yourself the right to do the kind of things that professionals would do with all kinds of legal, like, situations already, like, figured out, okay, but your conscience, what about the conscience part of it, the morality of it? Even if this girl had lied for 4 years and you're just now sick of it, you have to expose her. Has she really harmed anyone? Have you even given her a chance to see if she's lying, first and foremost, and secondly, if she's lying with evil intent, like some people?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
If I was her, my conscience would not allow me to take that step. I actually felt that.
Right.
I was one of the people that was, like, making fun of Misha.
Right.
I told you, I was just as upset with her, but when certain things, it's like, ouch, no, don't go there, you know?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. Because she was very, like, Danny was very mean. Look, I don't know Danny. I don't. And I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm going to speak directly to this shit, though. Like, let's be clear. I want to be very honest about my opinion, and I should be able to say without, like, somebody taking my voice and putting it in their video and talking shit about me later. I'm not pointing at anybody here. I'm saying that's bullshit. Like, stop that shit. Okay? Like, stop that shit. What did Lamisha do?
Danny is a good person. She a good person. How's she a good person when she had got the number to my mom?
Just real quick, Lamisha, and then I want you to speak on this a little bit. You know, she called you a liar, and she pushed the whole narrative that you were trying to get a bag, right?
Yeah.
So, but she's messaging you because you recorded Adria and offering you money. So, you know, that alone speaks volumes on her character. I don't know her, but just on that basis alone, it's like, what are we really doing here? You know, if she had just actually called you on the phone and asked you, without judging you, without trying to catch someone in a lie, I mean, people need to get out of that mentality, because you're going to hurt innocent people by doing so, by being so jaded and being so jaded, you think everybody's a piece of shit. But you. It's okay for you to be a piece of shit, but everybody else can't. That's how it feels. You know?
Yeah.
So I hope that Danny re-examines things. I'd like to think that she's a decent person and her intentions are better. But what with Allie and Shelly, that's some dangerous ground.
Exactly.
People are dangerous. These people are fucking dangerous.
Hold on, y'all. I'm here. I'm listening to my cousin here. Hold on.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, Goku? You know, I'm not trying to, like, make this the Danny show or anybody's show.
No, in fact, you're not the one who even brought her up. You're just responding to people who did.
I know, but I just feel like, why don't we all just fucking come together and really figure out what's going on? Because I got kids, and I'm sure you guys do too, even on the opposition side.
No, I don't.
No, not you. I'm saying in general. Like, as humanity, we should be worried about how the fuck they've been able to take our children from us for so long.
I would say have a heart, you know? Have a heart. You cannot look at Misha. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from even my angry times. I still could not look at her and hate her. Or be like, I don't care. Like, I just want to expose. I could not do that. And trust me, I have the spirit of, like, wanting truth. Like, that I'm just like, I drill through things, you know? And all the things that these people think that they're so good at, I mastered that, like, at probably, I don't know, 8. You know,
Look,
if I had a YouTube or whatever, people to like, you know, and I don't like attention on me, but if I liked attention,
okay, good her running a family. Let me see in Puerto Rican. We Puerto Rican.
I would have shown them what it's like to
Talking about Puerto Rican.
to truly expose. You know, but you're truly exposing when you're truly a good person. You have to be a truthful person inside. If you're not, then that's when you do those kind of mistakes that some people are making.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about too earlier. How Black Americans are not Africans, we Indians, but they.
Whose reality that is, then that's just not going to work for anyone. Because there are so many survivors and victims who are not able to come forward because of the way the communities, are. They're toxic at best.
Yeah. And everybody needs to address their childhood wounds because they're projecting on other people, and that's not fair.
No, it's not. So, yeah. So how I came to help Lamisha is because I saw that I saw a survivor who was being attacked and isolated from help. So,
Same.
I was led by that reason alone, is that I am led to those who need someone to be there when others cannot. And I didn't know Lamisha. I just knew that she needed someone. So here I am.
Here we are.
Tell your
And
story.
now here we are.
Divine, tell your story now.
Okay, I'm coming in on the end of it because I've been struggling with this audio. I've been trying to figure out how to make it work. So what was the topic?
To kind of go over what brought you to Misha, and as many details as you can give to kind of,
I briefly, mentioned it before, but I'll go into a little bit more detail. Like I had explained to Misha, I basically, just how I share with you ladies, how you will hear me say, oh, well, I network or I'll listen to certain people, and sometimes I'll get like a little, pop up in my feed, and a video will be recommended to me. So that's actually how I came across in the first place. So it first started off with, which channel was she on first? Oh my goodness, it was so many.
It was Lionel, but for me it was Natalia's.
Right. So, and that's what I'm saying, because it was more than one. So whichever video she was on first, whichever channel she was on first, was where it first piqued my interest. And then I seen how everyone was treating her, and it angered me. It brought something out of me. I was just like enraged because I was reading in between the lines. Between everyone who was letting her speak and then not letting her speak, because they were cutting her off and not allowing her to speak her truth, and or the unnecessary apology for her speaking her truth. Not the fact that she lied. It's just her story is not everybody else's story, and oh yes, it may sound the same, but doesn't mean that she's lying type of situation. Like, it enraged me, and I felt something to where I was like, you know what, let me follow this story. And I kept following it and listening, and I was going from one channel to the next, and then somebody else had something to say, and or she was speaking her truth on there. And the last one that really, really pissed me off was when she was on that live with Jag, and then she popped off of that live. I was so furious because Jag treated her in a way that she should not have. The inability to accept accountability. That was the first thing that flashed across my forehead. I'm thinking to myself, like, this lady is not, accepting accountability. She knows she was there. I mean, you could tell in her demeanor, I don't know you. Wrong person. wrong date, wrong time, just all of that. And I could see straight through all of that. And once I got off that live, it was just something in me that was just like, reach out to her, find her, figure out how to contact her. And so therefore I did. After she did one of her own lives, when she first decided to, create her own channel, I was watching. I was one of the people in the chat, and I started noticing all of the hate that people were spewing towards her in the chat. And I kept saying, make me a mod, because I wanted to take all of them folks out. I wanted to knock everybody out the chat because it was so many, people in there with negative, comebacks at her, calling her a liar, and even common people that I noticed from other YouTube channels were on her lives. And I'm like, why is this person over here? And why are you calling her a liar? So you could tell it was so many people just coming at her. And I just wanted to protect her and let her know that she was not alone, and that, she did have someone that would actually support her.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up, coming across her and reaching out to her. And, it's been 100 ever since, because I want her to know that she's not alone. And I do believe her.
Yeah, same. What you said about her being made to apologize, that pissed me off too.
Yes.
Because if she was brought out in the right way, explaining because people don't know what MKUltra is. They don't understand satanic ritual abuse, what it does, electroshock. I mean, people look at her and think this happened to her in present day. They don't go back in time. Like, I see when she's in that place where she's talking about that stuff, it's like I see the child. And people are looking, and then, not only did they call her a liar, they were making fun of how she looked. Like, they went real fucked up on it. That's what really made me upset.
Which reveals how childish and unhealed that they are.
Exactly, because it's simply projection. What they feel in their hearts, where they feel inadequate, they projected that. Because, okay, you think she lied, you're entitled to think that, not taking that from you. But for you to harass and bully somebody, what do you get out of that? Do you work for somebody? Like, are you getting paid?
Because, that's self-gratification because of their own insecurities and lack of.
Yep.
Yeah, I just, and that pissed me off.
Yeah, contrary to how they think, we don't think that they're getting paid by someone. Like, the way they think, so cynical about everything. I guess it pays to think that way. I don't know. But I think that Divine said it best. Self-gratification. I think that's number one. That's sweeter than any money, because when things are missing in a person, it's things like this that makes them feel like it fills that hole. Like, if they can rub it in her face that she's, we caught you and you're this level of liar, and we just beat it to death. Like, bullies,
Yes,
like
exactly.
bullies who get beat up at home or abused at home, and then they go to school and they bully some innocent kid.
Totally.
Because he said something in a funny way, or because he believes in unicorns, for example, I think that ego is a lot, a broken ego is a lot more enticing to be filled than any money that anyone could pay someone. That's why I never think that they're getting paid. I think, number one, even if it's for free, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it in their everyday life. Sorry, Sid, you go ahead now.
Yeah, literally though, I believe that some of them are getting paid. I'll be honest.
That is correct.
Yes, they are getting paid. They are.
Forget that, because I believe that some of them are getting paid. But what you said there is correct.
Paid.
Self-gratification, broken egos, immaturity, and wounded child.
And it's also a display of guilt.
And guilt, yep.
Yes, because from what I have learned since I've been on YouTube, once again, it's the pattern, because they all keep doing the same thing. And, it's just really apparent when they feel like they're wrong and they don't want to be wrong by themselves, they gather up in groups. Yep. And then they get a bunch of unhealed people just like themselves, and a lot of them, so that the real truth don't come out. They cover up the truth with lies.
So Amanda's saying, I do think social media creators do get something out of it. They're doing it to please Jag, and then Jag goes on their platform and their views go up. Money from views. Yeah, that's true. I mean, indirectly even they make money. Yeah. And don't you guys find it funny that Misha is not? They're putting her in the same category as a Jag, the hag, and everyone else.
Misha's not making any money, okay?
I need the money.
It's not just that she's not making money. It's that her mind is not there. Like, in all the conversations we've had, we've never even discussed this part, I'm talking about our own conversations, not just the chat ones. It's like she doesn't even think that far, So why would she? Okay, we could say this. We could say that she's so childish that she wants to make. She wants fame, or sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay, she wants fame, or she wants. Hold on, it's coming. Oh my God. Okay. Or she wants to make money, like she's dreaming about writing a book and selling it or whatever. Even if that had been the case, she's deaf. That's still not at the forefront of her mind. Because you would know. Somehow it would show. It's not money. It's not fame. It's not. Look at her. Look what she's doing right now. Does that look like someone who wants to have like some kind of image going for herself? Look how down to earth she is. Not Jag, like I know I mentioned her name, but she's not muddied down to earth, like in the dirt, like Jag is in her and in everything she does. I'm talking about truly down to earth. This lady is down to earth. Look at her. Don't look at me.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
And what was that word? Fungal or whatever?
No, babe. I said they moldy. That's mildew.
Moldy, yeah.
Or I'll show you something. Ooh, you gonna be like, what the heck is that?
After what I seen in that y'all put in the chat, that was some serious mold. Okay.
Well, what I was wanting to say, I'm Misha's cousin, Thomas. How y'all doing this evening? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we're not gonna go there today.
We hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm her cousin on my mom's side, and everything that even when she came and told me and my sister and her husband about saying all the things that she's been through or whatever. I couldn't say that I didn't believe it, because I know that there's a lot of things that go on in this world, being also a Navy veteran, that I do know, as far as top secret and, highly classified, things that they don't want, they don't want the public to know. So even in all that or whatever, it's still the fact, that my cousin, she's not looking for fame, like you said. She's not looking for money. She just wants people, to understand that she was in this. It did happen to her. This is her life. Now, albeit, that, you have so many people that's out here trying to get a buck. I don't believe that's the case, for my cousin. So, overall, I mean, because I remember her, when I was a kid, when her father used to bring her around, and then when she stopped coming around, I always asked my cousin, I'm like, hey, where's your daughter Shaky? She's still in Garden. I don't feel like driving all the way out there, but I knew it was an excuse because of things that, that was beginning to take place in her life, with the satanic rituals and, all the different things. I mean, when she showed me the scars, the literal scars on her body, that's what made me believe. And I'm like, can't nobody, you know what I'm saying, just up and just cut themselves under their breast. Can't nobody just up and cut themselves, you know what I'm saying, down the stomach or whatever, unless they was real surgical themselves. So it just, I mean, it shocked me to even, know that my cousin has endured, you know what I'm saying, all this. And it's just, it really hurt, just to, just to, know that my cousin is going through this in her life. Now, I'll say this as well, because I'm one of the senior ministers at the church that we both attend. We have prayed for her. We're helping her, get through, this process, as she's been in, I mean, just to know that she's been going through this for a long time or whatever, it does take a while, to come out of that, that mindset of everybody's out to get me. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, I mean,
Absolutely.
just even in that.
Thank you for expressing that and for your service. I believe Lamisha. I support Lamisha. And I'm here to stand by her, through this so that she can have, the support system that she needs. And I appreciate what you said there, because it really, the more people speak for victims and survivors, and in the family as well. So I commend you for that, because, some families are part of the problem too.
Facts.
It's like how it's been for some families.
Oh, I got a letter
Exactly.
from the people.
I mean, because I can say even myself.
To hear if he has anything else to say. I loved it. I want to hear him if he has anything else to say.
Well, I was going to say that even for me, I was molested at the age of 5 years old. And, to go through something like that, where you have family members, that, their minds is just perverted. It messed, he messed me up down there. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it still made me, want to be with a woman more than, and it's nothing against, any, LGBTQ, members or whatever, because I have, have those, members in my family as well. So, I mean, I love them. I do. I just don't, you do what you do and I do what I do, you know what I'm saying? But, we still family, I ain't gonna push you away, shun you off, stuff like that. But, to even just my own experience, being molested, it really opened a lot of things up in the mind that sometimes as a child, your mind is not ready for that.
Yeah.
And then you grow into it and stuff, and then you think it's normal. Then you hear people talking about, "Oh, you're so mannish. Oh, you're so fast." Da, 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 da. And then the next thing you know, someone's could be possibly watching you, and then end up going through what my cousin went through. I mean, thanks be to God that I didn't have to go through that part. Because I mean, I wouldn't even know how to. I don't even know if I would have been able to survive, to be honest. But I mean, I'm grateful, that my cousin, she's back here in our lives, what I'm saying? She's been coming to church with us. I know if you guys ever get a chance to jump on her YouTube on Sundays, check out our Sunday morning service at the Plain Word of God Holiness Church, where hearts are healed and the Bible is our resource. So I just wanted to send out the invite for those who believe in God or want to have a deeper relationship with Him. This is for real the place that you need to come so you can be able to get the plain word. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this back to my cousin, because I'm as y'all can see, I'm getting my hair twisted.
Well said, Kinfolk.
Thank you for sharing your wonderful insight.
Yes, I do have a
And,
supporting cousin.
Just opening up to everyone and revealing that side of yourself, because it's a lot of people that are afraid to speak about that.
Right.
And their childhood wounds and stuff like that. This is divine speaking, by the way. And I wanted to kind of crack a little funny, because I heard you say how it had an impact on you as a child, and I dealt with the same thing, and that's how I kind of shared my story with Misha on my family.
Right.
Doing the same thing to me as a child. And it actually, I joke and say it fixed me, because my initial interest was females until I was, molested and taken advantage of by male family members. And so it actually fixed me and made me fluid. So I went both ways. And then now I don't go no way. I go my way. I decided to stop giving myself to man, and I give myself to the Most High. I don't give myself to nobody.
Amen.
But, you know, God. So that's a wonderful story that you shared with everyone, because everybody's not brave to do that. And it's good that you healed, because I can tell that you have. A lot of people will hold on to that for dear life and let that wound like eat at them. And so you are a great success story, and it changed you for the better, because you are out here preaching the word to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. To God be the glory. Only the things that he can do. I mean, even just with all that I've endured, in my life or whatever. I mean, I used to be afraid, to share that story with people. But once I was able to come out of that shell and was able to grow up, because one thing about it, and I want y'all to take this in, maturity is not just based on age or relationship or, even what, the thing that you currently do in your own life. It's based off experience. As you go through life and you experience different things or whatever, you can choose to either grow up or remain stuck. I'm going to say that again. You can go through life, wanting to move forward or remain stuck. Which one would you rather do? Because, I mean, even, carrying all that anger, carrying all that, contention, that, strife about what my cousin did, and then I lost my dad at the age of 5, so that didn't make that any better or whatever. I was angry with the world. And when I was in the Navy, my military, my Navy, he was a lieutenant by the name of Lieutenant Lawrence Thornton. He sat there and he said these words. He said, "Hawkins, do you realize, that if you do anything like that to try to, enact revenge, that it's not going to make it any better?" And I'm like, well, I despise what the man did to my father by killing him. He took my father away. He said, yeah, but there was a purpose in it. And I'm like, purpose? I'm like, I grew up without my dad. This year will mark 35 years I've been without my father. Does it hurt? Yeah, it do. But even if I was to show you a picture of me, me and him, y'all be like, man, y'all, is that your twin? Yep. But just to share my, just to share my testimony, I've been through it all. I've been in the streets, even being out there, seeing the different things that go on out here, even seeing the secret things. And I was surprised that I was able to see some of those secret things happening right before our eyes. Some people are just straight up blatant with it, and then some people are just, well, I'm just going to do it. And, if you're paying attention, you're paying attention. If not, this person is gone and you ain't going to see him again. But thanks be to God that, like I said, my cousin, she's here. She's back home. We going to, be her support system. We going to help her get through this process. And I mean, anybody, needs help to get through, this process to being delivered from you. Because there was a song that Leandra Johnson and Donald Lawrence wrote by the name of Deliver Me. This is my exodus. I got to come out of me in order, to win. So I just want to share that.
So I have a question for you. As a man of God,
mm-hmm.
do you observe, and I use this word very seriously, that we have a spirit problem?
Right. Repeat that one more time.
Do you observe, as a man of God, that we have a spirit problem?
We do, because there's a lot of carnality in the church. There's a lot of people that don't believe or want to, the Bible says this in 2 Timothy chapter 4. People that have a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. You can sit up here and, go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Tuesday, whatever day, you go to church. And if your life is not matching with what the word of God says concerning you, then that's what makes you a hypocrite. Look at, these evangelical Christians, that has voted for Trump. They think, that this man is really for them or whatever, and he's not. All the different, everybody is at this point has effed around and found out now we got to get through these next 4 years, having to figure out how can we get through, how can we get through this life, with him being back in office. Now, yes, I see what Earl, that Lawrence said, are we fighting against forces in high and low places? The Bible says in Ephesians 6, verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, spiritual wickedness in high places, and, and rulers of darkness. So overall, thank you, Holy Ghost. Overall, what we fight is not seen. Even if, if me and my cousin got into it or whatever, if I was able to, discern, okay, that's not my cousin, that's the spirit, that's operating in her. That's when I start to pray, and that's when I start to go in the spirit and allow myself to battle against that spirit, because number one, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So, in all that being said, with the spiritual fight that we put forth, you have those who are considered as the remnant that are fighting to contend the faith, and then you have some that's just plain out, just tell the truth, plain church. Which one are you?
Right, you better clock that T.
Okay, so I got a question for you also again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think about the people who are the false prophets, pretending, falsifying, acting, and fornicating? They're not living like they're supposed to when they're going and partaking in the churches, and they're doing satanic things behind the scenes, and they're committing all the sins, but then they're pointing the finger, and then they're judging other people that they're saying that they're not living right when it's actually them they're not living right.
Exactly.
Take on that.
My take on that is this: the Bible says to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. The main thing that I always do is I always hold myself accountable whenever I do something wrong. There's a lack of accountability. There's a lack of integrity in our churches. And it's only because people feel like, that they can still continue doing what they do and then get behind these sacred desks and preach and, and think, that they are, being inspirational, when who's inspiring you? Who's giving, who is giving you the message that God, you say that God, that put in your spirit? Case in point, old boy, that prayed, during Trump's inauguration. That was a straight clown show if I've never seen it. Like, really?
I didn't see that. I missed it. I'm so glad.
I mean, I'm glad I missed it too, but when you're on social media, of course, you're going to see, clips and all this stuff like that.
What happened?
I ain't seen it yet. I'm sure I'll see it.
Oh, you'll see it. This dude got up there, and he was, praying, and he was trying to pray like Martin Luther King, and it was, looking like a straight up coon. Yeah, I said it. Like, dude, what was your whole purpose of getting up there looking a hot mess, praying? And I mean, Trump was looking, you could look at Trump's expression like, yeah, look at this idiot. Laughing with J.D. Vance.
Oh, wow.
Because, people...
What's your take on the churchgoers that do witchcraft on other people and try to change other people's faith? What's your take on that?
Well, you have to be strong in order, to combat those, those things whenever you have someone that has a influence in your life. It was at one point, me and my family was at a church for 13 years. And when they was, they was letting us know, as far as like all the rules and regulations of the church and stuff, and we're a family church, and we look out for each other and everything. It was the beginning of the grooming process that we didn't realize that we got groomed into, trying to be like them. And for a long time, it was, where the pastor and his wife and his kids and almost everybody in the church could, just up and rebuke me, for just anything. And just come down hard on me and not really say nothing to my wife or my kids. And then my kids and my wife and kids, they was getting to a place where they was getting tired of it. Like, Dad, why are you taking this? Why are you still letting them, run over you and everything? And I'm like, I know this is a process that I have to go through. There will be a day that we will leave this church. And when, when I say it's time, we're gone. Looking back over in 2023, we left that church October 29th. And it's only because they chose to want to still be walking in a hustler spirit, narcissistic.
Yeah.
You know, thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that they're God's gift, you know what I'm saying, to the body of Christ. And that's far from the truth. When you turn your church into a cult, where it was once a community, but now it's a culture, now you're trying to get to a place where you feel like that you can try to control and manipulate a person and doing stuff, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, will keep them from their families, that will keep them, you know, to a place where they was almost about to destroy my marriage between me and my wife. And I'm just being straight up. They was literally about to destroy my marriage. And soon as we got from that church, we've been at Plain Word for a whole year. And I am so happy at being there, you know, being able to serve and being who I am as a man of God, as a prophet of the Most High. All that, you know what I'm saying, that I was able to experience, you know, being at this new place with my brother and my sister, who are my leaders as well. My life hasn't been the same since. So and plus also this Saturday, I'll be celebrating 20 years preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
So, I mean, I'm so excited on what has been happening.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Again, to God be the glory. If I wanted, even if I would love to, I'll write a book, you know what I'm saying, concerning my life and what I've been through. Because I've been through a lot. You know, my story needs to be told.
Yeah.
Well, that is the thing. You know, those of us who have gone through the worst are meant to do that because we're meant to share our testimony and teach and help other people how to heal.
Right.
Because that's, you know, I recognize a prophet coming from another prophet myself. Because I'm the real deal Holyfield. So I see your light.
Yeah, I've been walking. I've been walking in this office for a long time.
That energy, that inner God, I see that. So just know that you got confirmation that you are doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I've been walking in this office for a long time, and I've seen things, felt things, experienced things. Whew, good God. Just even with the stuff that's going on with you know what I'm saying, with our country. Keep your eyes on the skies this Saturday with the planetary alignment. Something's coming.
Christ. Ours, probably them aliens, the black aliens, the black. What's it called on the thing I told you to read? The Black Owens.
Nibiru?
The Black Anerios. Yeah, them people.
You're talking about the Dracos from Nibiru?
No, I'm
They
talking
showed up 2 years ago
I'm
in
talking
Miami.
about what's on the Black Web. I'm talking about what's in my story on the Black Web.
Oh, you mean the Orion Black Order? No, the Orions. Those are the Dracos. By the way, if you were talking about the ET species that come from Orion, they are a warring faction. Also, there are good factions there too. But if you were to believe what stories are told, they are from Orion. And this particular faction is called the Orion Black Order, which is above. So there are many factions, but apparently the Order is above all of them, and what's above those are non-human entities.
Yeah,
it's a lot of non-human entities that we don't even realize that they exist.
They're on this earth already.
Through and partner with or under non-human entities. So if that gives anybody any perspective on what we're dealing with here, you were right in saying, your cousin's right in saying, we're not dealing with the seen, we're only dealing with the unseen. And those who can see those things are going to be much needed. And so we should waste less time on trivial bullshit.
Well, keep in mind, you know what I'm saying, that the reason why we're now starting to see the orbs and all this stuff in the sky and everything is because the supernatural and the natural are converging as one. We will see demonic spirits. We will see angelic spirits. We will see things that the Bible has said is going to happen. But, you know what I'm saying, you have to think of it. You have to think of it, you know what I'm saying, from the context of where we stay in the, you know what I'm saying, in this modern world, because John.
There are more people seeing more because the frequencies have been elevated.
Right. John the Apostle didn't understand any of the things that he saw, you know, when God showed him the revelation, of Jesus Christ and all the things that was going to take place in these last days. How could he describe a helicopter? That he said it looked like a locust with wings and had a face of a man and all that. How could he explain that? We understand that as it being a helicopter coming out of the ground.
Right.
The Euphrates, the river Euphrates drying up. It's coming. That river's gonna dry up eventually. And when you get that 200 million man army crossing that sucker, just know that it's about to go down in Israel. There are a lot of things.
Orbs, just go watch my videos on my channel. You'll see orbs all through my videos when I'm live.
Yeah, I got a homeboy. It's been showing me nothing. But different photos of. Yeah, still go back. Yeah, sending me different photos of the pictures that he's been taking in the sky of these very ships. How could the prophet Ezekiel explain the wheel in the middle of the wheel? How could he explain the throne of God coming down out of out of heaven?
Prophet Ezekiel, Archangel Ezekiel, is the way he saw angels. It's not the way we are being told angels look like.
Exactly, because they talk about they all cute and they got little baby wings. No, that no they.
No, you're gonna have eyeballs around eyeballs, foreheads.
And they, the cherubim being exactly what the cherubim are.
And
the seraphim.
Yeah.
The virtues, the principalities, all that's real.
Yes.
Oh, and then Earl, you made a good point. He made a good point, y'all.
Project Bluebeam fool y'all.
Project Bluebeam is the fake. It's the fake rapture.
What I'm saying is there are equal balance of both. You've got government that has technology, and they're acting as if the ETs haven't been on this planet for long. We are living amongst them. You have to.
Why do you think Trump? I'm sorry to interrupt.
There are some that don't live on this planet. They're interdimensional like we are.
Why do you think Trump? Has been asking. For these things to be declassified, and why you think we have a space force? Because he knows something.
Yes.
He knows something that we don't.
Very much hidden though. Before you see, we've had interstellar trade before. It's not public. There are many things black operations wise that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Them the people that got the kids.
You know that from the Navy how deep this shit goes.
Oh, it goes pretty deep. That's the whole reason why I didn't serve as long as I did. Because like I said, when I saw the secret things, I'm like, oh, so that's what we doing here. Like, no, I ain't.
Ain't got time for it.
Ain't got time for it.
He said he wasn't riding on the back of the mermaid.
And I mean, truth be told, I've actually saw sirens, in in the ocean, thinking that is a dolphin. These are spiritual beings, y'all. That that sometimes our natural eyes, once they're once they're open and illuminated, then we're able to see those things. But mark my words, when you for real, just like what happened in Miami, with those cloaked beings that was teleporting and people was trying to hit them with chairs and all that stuff, and that was just the very start of what we're getting ready to experience in the next 5 years.
Exactly. Because they use wormholes, and let's just say the government knows how to
time travel.
Do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not time travel as much as it's portal jumping. Okay. Time travel requires certain things, certain elements, components. And I explained a little bit about that, but it's not even done because it's a very vast subject. However, all of you, can jump through a portal because you have one right between your eyeballs.
Yeah, the pineal gland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did y'all know that the handiwork and the marking of God is in our DNA?
Yes.
We was created by him, and he left a significant mark in our DNA code. That no other being, no one can ever say that, oh, I did this. Nope, he created us. Now, albeit that we can get people to come in and be a part of the kingdom. Come on in. What a table is spread, what a feast of the Lord is going on. But overall, It has to be a lifestyle change. You just can't follow him, you know what I'm saying, and just still continue in sin. That grace may abound. Now, I'm an avid student. I'm an avid student of the word.
Don't mind me upgrading and changing that DNA to DEA. That's the correct way to say that. Because, people have been trying to fool everybody. It's DEA, not DNA.
So we can get up in the morning and go ahead.
Well, that makes sense. Make perfect sense.
I wanted to bring up Amanda's question since there's a chance that you guys want to maybe answer this and get back to the topic. So Amanda's asking a question for Misha's cousin. What goes through your mind when you see celebrities on TV who you know hurt your cousin? Is it hard to wrap your head around? Are you frustrated that others still idolize them? Good question, Amanda.
That is a good question.
Really good question.
I mean, overall, I'll say this. The Bible warns against idolatry. So one thing I'm not going to do is put, a person up on a pedestal thinking, that they're God, because I will serve no other gods except, Yahweh. That's first and foremost. Secondly, even by looking at, how, majority of all these celebrities have done their thing, the Bible says this explicitly, that at the great white throne judgment, the book shall be open. And if your name is not written in the Lamb's book of life, and those, those books that are open, tell about everything that you've done, and you're not, a part of God's kingdom, you will be tossed into the lake of fire and sulfur, which is the second death. There's nothing I'm not going to ever run into them. Does it upset me, that you see people, get away, with, highway robbery? Yeah, but let's just be honest about this whole thing. What more can we do? Vengeance is God's. It belongs to him. I'm not supposed to enact no vengeance on a person just because, they did what they did to my cousin. That's not going to make me no better than them. Now, I can pray that, that the spirit that's operating in that person be cast out. Or, to stop that oppression on what they're doing to my cousin. I can do that because I'll fight better in the spirit than most definitely, in the natural.
There you go.
So overall, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imagination and thoughts that comes against the knowledge of God, and bringing those thoughts into captivity under the obedience of Christ. So when I fight, I don't fight natural. I go in the spirit and I pray that God, will send his angels to, to do whatever that, that prayer is calling those angels to do. So overall, and yes, it does take a long time to get, to get this type of discipline, because I grew up, learning about how to pray, how to intercede, how to prophesy. All these things, it had to be taught to me. So outside of that, my cousin, she's in good hands. She ain't got nothing to worry about. Nothing that JW, can do. There's nothing that Alec Carter or anybody that wants to try to come against her, they can't touch her because she's covered.
It's definitely not Allie Carter. She's being targeted just like your cousin is. So I wanted to ask Earl's question. By the way, I appreciate it, and nice to meet you. I appreciate what you're doing, and it's a great surprise.
Yes, ma'am.
So Earl's question was, do you have the power to exorcise?
Yes, I've cast out demons plenty of times. They know me. When I wake up and my feet hit the ground, the devil say, "Oh man, he's up." Yes, them devils know me. Because it was at one point in my life I also did dabble in witchcraft. White witchcraft, not the dark side, but the white side. But the thing that got me or whatever is when the girlfriend that I was talking to at the time sent a spirit ball from where she stayed at, and that spirit ball entered into my body. I had a demonic possession that took place. And it took they deal more on the good side of Wiccan. then how you have those that are in the dark. As far as the dark magic, black magic type stuff, voodoo and things like that. We was doing more like the hoodoo. We was doing more of that. If if that makes any sense. So even when she sent that spirit ball to and it entered into my spirit, it's like I blacked out, and it was a demon that was in me that had me crawling up the wall like a snake. They had to pray that spirit up out of me, and then they taught me how to exorcise demons as well. So one thing I can tell you, I'm not afraid of no devil.
Oh, you on the line with some demon slayers. You don't know?
Even my favorite anime, Demon Slayer, oh, I get down with that. Because I cut the devil's head off. Real talk.
That's why they started trying to show their little teeth to us, because we don't fear them. We run towards them, not away from them.
I had no reason to.
Yeah.
Because again, great is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
Sorry. So Earl was asking, what's white witchcraft?
That's why I was just explaining just a second ago. It's more of like the hoodoo, the good side of Wiccan. Because you have those that they do practice the dark arts. You have those that really they really dibble dabble with the devil. But then you have those that they could create potions and collect rainwater and even use the gemstones to interpret tarot cards and all this different stuff like that. So that's what I end up having to tap into for a brief moment of my teenage experience. But once I found out that wasn't, it took away from who I was being as a prophet. Because God, he tells us not to, consult mediums and all this stuff like that or whatever. It's like, okay, I need to pull out of this. So now my life is totally different on how I do things and how I view things from the spiritual world. Anybody else have any other questions?
Are you spiritual or are you religious? Are you spiritual or religious?
I'm spiritual because of me, who I am as a prophet of God. Because the one thing about it, it's always been what God said to His Son when He was sending Him down here. I'm sending you to redeem man back unto me for relationship and fellowship. And it's always been God. That's been God's heart. That's been His heart towards us. He wants the fellowship with us. But how can we tap in? Ooh, she got me in my eye.
I'm sorry.
So I mean.
So if you're done, I can wait. If you're not done yet, I have another question from someone. Or if someone else wants to ask a question, go ahead, like Divine or Sid. Until then, real quick, someone's asking, what about tarot cards that, can I reword what I'm sure this person meant? So they're asking because we see Misha, when she gets nervous, she takes tarot cards in her hands and she starts shuffling and stuff. So what would you say about that? What is your take on it? Or have you discussed this with her yourself?
I have. And I mean, the thing about it or whatever is the way how God, when he established the priesthood through the Levites, He wanted them to be different than how, how the world, how they do things, with, some people, divine with chicken bones. Some people divine, with tarot cards. Some people divine, with a crystal ball, or even a darker version of obsidian, or anything that that they can get their hands on to be able to connect into the spirit world. But those ways that you enter in is not the way how God intends us to, because you can enter into the spirit realm and get stuck, and you getting whooped up on spirits that you never thought you would ever experience, because the spirit realm is expansive. It's different than how it is in this world, that we're in with time. There is no time in the spirit realm. And then you have to go through gatekeepers, and you have to go through, formidable opponents that, that would get you more in tune with who God has created you to be. So overall, as far as divination practices, the Bible was very explicit in the book of Leviticus of those who practice divination, those who practice witchcraft, that it was an abomination to him. I'm only quoting what the Word of God says. This is not my opinion. This is not, something that I just came up in my head. I'm only quoting what the Word of God says. And then
I do agree with Earl in the chat. Earl is expressing it's on intent.
Right.
That's what it's actually based on, because you do have people who will use it in a negative light, and then you do have people that use it in a positive light with good intentions. So it is based on intent.
That I mean, to each their own. I mean, because my main thing is whenever I'm tapping in and begin to prophesy and what God is showing me, 9 times out of 10 it's not coming from here. It's coming out of my spirit.
That is correct, and it's the same thing with divination. Divination is only for confirmation, and then it also depends on your intentions.
I don't use any of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't either.
I just go into my heart.
I go and confer within, within myself, the Holy Spirit.
I was just answering for the people in the chat because they were saying it's about your intent. Yeah,
I don't find anything wrong with people using them as long as the intent is pure.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, here's my take on it. I don't believe in following the Bible, but to be fair, the Bible says what it says. And if someone is adhering themselves to that, then they should remain faithful to that.
Exactly.
When there was a time when I tried to give the Bible a chance, because me being Armenian, we are the oldest Christians in the world.
That's fact. That's facts.
I felt like, just the fact that I'm Armenian, and because I was born into it, and, if I'm going to be spiritual, I should first go to my own, okay? And not that I needed to be spiritual or I felt the need for it, I just wanted to give it a chance.
Your phone about to die.
And when I did, during the time when I was trying to give it a chance, even though I didn't agree with it, and as I was reading it, I saw many things wrong with it, just as I had thought and knew before I actually read it.
Yeah. It's still showing.
Yes, okay, that's me speaking.
But it's like it's going down more than up.
You know what I did? I stopped going out with men. I did
charger?
things that to me make no sense. But if I'm gonna step into a world of whatever it's rules are, then I should remain clean to that.
I don't know. It's probably extension cord.
You can't say, let me go like the opposition side, but it's the intent that matters. No, it's not like your God or the ruler or the leader there told you what they adhere to. So you either take it or leave it. That's the way I get it.
It's still going down?
So that's my thing.
Yeah, it's still going down.
They got the chargers on there, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other charger.
And there are Buddhist doctrines that, they expect you to, they have like they call them, I forget what they call them. They're like precipice of some certain.
I'm gonna twist these halfway back like his hair.
Like you don't smoke.
You see how his hairstyle?
Just kind of
Let me see your hairstyle.
commandments, right? I'll call them commandments.
I believe 2 or 3 of them in the front.
Not change my views on God.
You want to twist them back like that?
Are you interlocking them? Is that considered as interlocking?
No, that's just a hairstyle. That's barrel twist.
Oh.
On my own.
I just went down.
I call myself Buddhist because I was raised Buddhist, but I don't like titles and things like that. So I don't like, even if I was, let's just say I read the Bible and I
it's charging up now.
I would not want to be called Christian or any of these things that people, like these man-made titles really do my head in. They do my head in, to be honest. And this is just me. I don't like glass ceilings. No, I try to stay within the soul.
Okay, I see Amanda's question.
And Google and everyone else that's on the live, I always refer to it as we're all praying to the same spirit. We just all call them something different.
Yeah. Just like
I don't even pray, but yeah.
What'd you say?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Or believe. It's a
Read it.
belief.
some people
The
pray.
Okay, so
people meditate.
the question that Amanda has for me.
Essentially the same thing. Almost.
You better tell them shut up.
And I want everyone to understand, since I stated that what I mean by I don't pray, it's not that I don't like to pray or that I don't like to bow to anything or make way for something greater. In fact, I'm very meek in nature when the time and the place comes for it. It's just that, I believe there's no power in it, but that's just me, and I can explain why I think that there's no power in it. I believe that when you're praying, it's the consciousness and the belief and that tuning in that does the power, that has the power, but I do know at the same
I was
time
trying
that
to
we
make sure
were
that something just
created
goes
somehow
back
by
with
a
the rest of
higher
her. I don't know.
power,
That's my
and I
voice.
have no problem giving all the glory and credit to it if I get to see it. Not see it like just with my eyes, but I have to know it in every way. I'm not going to fill in the blanks for anything. I don't even do that to humans, let alone a God. I'm not going to fill in the blanks just because it's empty and I can, some book tells me how to fill it in or whatever. No, I have to know it. Once I know it, that God has a personality and a specific interaction with me, if that ever happens, I have no problem. Acknowledging it, identifying it, and giving it all the glory. But that hasn't happened. So
What did Amanda say?
Again, it goes.
He about to read what Amanda said.
So the question that Amanda had says, you've been open about bad things that happened to you when you were younger within your family. Has that changed family dynamics now that you've both spoken up? I mean, even when I spoke up in my teenage years, they tried to make it seem that, that never happened, or, they try to make it seem, that it was, something that
Imaginary.
it was imaginary. But I'm like, how in the world did my dad, almost struck the life out of you with you doing that to me? I literally have a scar in my genitals, to where the doctor had to sew it to where I could still be able to pee and, ejaculate. So even in that, it was, my cousin, he did a number because he used his teeth. And I mean, it was traumatizing, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm grateful, that I chose to be, still, messing with girls. I mean, even when I eat, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I did have a thought of, wanting to try to, do that, messing with men, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. I just felt more.
And most of you guys do. I've come across a few of, you survivors, men survivors in my lifetime, and
At least you can talk about it and be honest.
Will have a momentary thought of being with a man, and I actually, unfortunately, I felt so sorry for him. It was such an insatiable desire. He married this lady, and he had his first male-on-male experience with his wife, watching. They were having a threesome, and I was mortified.
I'll be mortified too.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, y'all. I got a phone call. I got the details. I even got a video that I didn't ask for. I'm just keeping it real with you guys, just being transparent. And asked me, are they still together? She completely despises him, and I told him, I said, you should have never, ever.
Should have never invited that in the house.
Doing all these threesomes, and that destroys your marriage. Then you want to have a threesome with her and her ex, and you did a male-on-male sexual act in front of your wife.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think that destroyed her?
Yeah, that destroyed her.
Absolutely not. And then he was saying, she's so disrespectful, she don't respect me. I wouldn't respect you either, doing that in front of me. So.
But if you ask for it, why she ask for it? Why she asked for it?
Serious.
I don't think it was more of, saying, her asking. It was more, saying, of the doing.
Thought in the back of your mind, but to act on it is something different.
I'm just grateful that I've never even, tapped into it, and I don't even feel the need to, because I'm satisfied,
That
with.
means that your will is strong. You're not weak to that. He was weak. I watched this dude for years. I was just on the outside looking in. He went from relationship to relationship to relationship, and it was always a thought in the back of his mind, because we exchange as youngsters our sexual abuse experiences. He was actually kidnapped as a little boy and was sodomized and arred by a whole entire man for about a month, and then the man went and returned him back to his family. After taking advantage of him, and that dude ain't been right ever since. And then he went through so many relationships, got so many kids, he done popped out so many babies, and been married so many times, all the way up to the point of his last wife. I guess he couldn't take it no more. He just had to fulfill his male-on-male fantasy, and he did it in front of his wife, and she ain't respected him ever since. And I said, well, what did you expect?
Exactly.
And now they're not together, and she's so disrespectful towards him, and I'm like, well, I understand being open, but that was a little too open.
Entirely.
Open. And that literally destroyed his marriage, because she stopped respecting him after she witnessed that.
Just going back to the oh, I'm sorry. If y'all saying that it was muffled, I think I might have had my finger on the microphone.
It was fine.
You're fine. You're fine. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going back through the comments.
Yeah, but that's very good that you don't have that urge, because it's hard for a lot of people of the male aspect to fight that.
Yeah, especially amongst black men, because you have a lot of black men that are out here, that they're not sure of their sexuality. Even if it's a grown woman that molests a young man. That when you have sex before your time,
it makes you gay.
It not what I'm saying as far as sex period. It makes you hypersexual. Yeah. It causes you, to want more, and especially if your mind is not prepared for it.
Trust me, I get it. I told you I was fluid. I went both ways. I said, fuck it. Since I was forced on this end, I just went ahead and had the best of both worlds. Yeah. Until I just woke up one day and was like, okay, this is not for me.
Right.
To do something here, since we're talking about it, because to me this is a very unattractive topic, to be honest, but I want to introduce another way of looking at it, and I'm sure at least two of you will agree with me. Information is stored in the ethers. We know that, right?
Huh?
Right.
About what?
And so, sorry?
No, that was I would say Google. That was Google talking.
So, besides the fact that I think most of these, okay, let's not call it issues, but situations arise due to SA.
Have you ever been SA before?
Never. Nobody in my culture ever, not that I know of, we would speak about it, somehow.
So y'all just hold it.
It's not common in my culture at all.
Y'all just hold it to yourself.
In my culture, even divorce is the topic of, like, a big deal. Like, so-and-so got divorced, or so-and-so's child is a drug addict is a big deal for us. Like, we're like 100 years back from everybody.
It's very common in the colored people's community. It's actually very common and not very much talked about.
Yeah, because black people always get molested and raped. And we don't talk about it. We just thug it out. That's all we do.
Sweep up under the rug.
Yeah. That's that slave mentality.
It's not just master slave or whatever
Buck beating.
issue, but it's also just being plucked out of your environment and put into a foreign one, you know, for Black Americans I'm speaking, because, okay, now I'm going another route. I believe that every culture should live on their own land. Okay.
Yeah, we're not supposed to
And
mix.
everybody else will be kicked off because all of this is ours.
Oh yeah, we came from. This is the milk and honey. This this Moses land.
If we really break it down, come on now. But anyway, go
Don't
ahead.
bring my Armenian pride out now.
I'm just speaking the truth to you, boo. Go ahead. Carry on.
But everyone is better. Every human being is better, functions better when they're on their own land. Okay. When you, just like a plant, a tree that belongs to a certain country, you know, the atmosphere, not just the...
Tyreek, come take the dog out!
But the atmosphere there speaks to it, okay? To answer Fafane's question, I'm Armenian, where Noah's Ark landed. So, or so they say. Because prior to the biblical version, there was the Armenian version, which the Babylonians took, and then from them, the Jewish people took, and it went into the Bible. But anyway, so that's another part of the issue. When people are distant from the land where the earth that speaks to them,
take her outside.
The stars and their aspects, you know, they all belong. Like at certain, you know, times in the seasons, certain things happen over your skies that does not happen over here, you know, and your DNA and everything is prepared to take that information. Okay, so that's another part of the problem. That's like plucking a baby from the mother's arms. It hasn't gotten breastfed from its own natal mother. You know, you can feed it the best milk, but if it's not coming from the mother that produced it, just like the earth that produced it, you know, then it's not nourishing you the way it was meant to be. Mother Nature knows what it's doing, just like your mother. You know,
so we're cleansing herself right now of all the impurities.
All the things that are missing from someone, it already creates the environment for corruption. You know, when you're not well rooted. So the masculine in this situation suffers the most. Okay.
That's because his ass is unhealed. Okay, but keep going.
But what I was going to say earlier, I was starting off something else, like, this is what I was getting to, that the ethers also hold information. So, like, for example, you know, if your great-grandfather was SA'd, or even not, you know, not only that gets transferred to your information through the DNA, but also like the trauma of it, but also it's in the ethers, you know, so people are picking it up. And so I think the reason it's becoming more and more common, these kinds of inclinations that we're speaking of, is because we're reading it from the ethers, you know, our antennas are picking it up. You have to be very anti, like I am, for it to not speak to you. You know.
But there's another side to all that.
I was just going to say that. See,
the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other side is some of us remember our past incarnations, like I do, and when I do, there is an event which is an SA event, very violent memory, and that left trauma.
I'm saying that out fully, but I know that there's such thing as deja vu.
To heal it, but like you said, DNA, right? I halfway agree with what you said about being part of the land, like being with the land that you were born in. I halfway agree with that. I see why you said it, but with DNA, like in the soul's template, we're infinite. It doesn't matter where we are. On some level, it, like, I see what you're saying. I'm not fully disagreeing with that.
Oh, I get it. There's that. Yeah, you're right. From that aspect, it's also true. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just to add on what you said about trauma. It can come from your soul imprint, and DNA has a lot to do, because DNA holds so much memory. Like a lot. So make other lies as well, right? So that's where I'm getting at with all this. Like, there's so many facets to this. Like, we can never nail it down to just one thing. You know, and so many things can be true at the same time.
And if I was to speak further, I would also add that, you know, the messages that we're getting, like, you know, from TV and everything. So it's not always just you're born with it.
2 hours to look at hard now.
It looks like like you're born with it. It's actually those little messages that are coming to you from the ethers and from this world, you know. And then there's SA and the shock and then the transfer of information. All kinds of things play a part. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you see a rise in these kind of things, it's not necessarily a matter of because they're born homosexual or people are bisexual or whatever. Like, we don't know. We really don't know. I mean, I see, like, you know, I pick up trends. You can put me in a room, like, imprison me in a room for 20 years, and I come out and I'll tell you exactly what the fashion trends are and, you know, what type of music people are most likely into right now. And I mean, I'm telling you, people have been in awe of me, like, you know, about a lot of things, but this is one of them. And the reason is because my antenna picks them up. Whether I want to or not, I pick up what's going on, you know?
Because that's how energy works. We all have energetic fields, right? And when we interact, like how we're interacting with you guys right now, I have access to the energy fields that we create together by interaction. So it's projection, because you can project it and you can react. So let's not forget the other frequencies that are made and targeted to disrupt. Okay? That comes naturally or man-made. So, on top of our own that we project and receive, we have to deal with the ones that are being projected on us to disrupt. And so, you know, that's where we got to put our focus on so that we could be actively conscious and working through these things, because this is the environment we're in. And if we're going to be in this realm as a physical being in an avatar, we have to remember that inside we're infinite, and that needs to be a balance between those two while we're here.
Yes. And Divine, you had something to add?
Oh no, I was just in agreement. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see who wants to talk.
Well, I think today we had a good conversation between the narcissists and the spirits, and even my cousin confirmed the sirens, which are mermaids, but the white folks and everybody call them sirens. The Bible calls them sirens. They are real.
The Watchers are real.
The Watchers are real. Supernatural witchcraft spells are real. It's all about what energy that you give into. I can connect. I pray to the prophets. I pray for the prophets. I pray for the prophets, but I feel like I have a direct connection to God. I go to God, but I pray and I bless the prophets like Jesus, you know, his disciples, Megatron, the angels. I pray because they're messengers for God, and I bless them, but I worship God. Is that right?
Right.
Or no?
Well, I'll say this. Because when you're worshiping the Lord, you're worshiping
The Father, Son, and the Spirit.
Yes, you're worshiping the Godhead.
Mm-hmm.
Because even the angels will tell you, you know what I'm saying, not to bow down because, not to bow down to them because, you know what I'm saying, they worship the same God as we do. So they would tell you, no, get up, don't worship me.
Yeah.
You know, worship the...
Yeah, because Jesus through the whole Bible said, you don't worship me.
You worship me with your lips, but your heart's so far from me.
Yeah. I be thinking it'd be a misunderstanding. So, can we call our God Allah? Ain't that his name too? It's like one name.
There's a pantheon of gods. Those, you know what I'm saying, that serve under, because when you think about the ranking in the spirit realm, the ranking, you know what I'm saying, goes as high as, you know what I'm saying, the most high, and then it goes down. Metatron, who was once at one point in life, Enoch, was translated from heaven to earth, the earth to heaven, and you know what I'm saying, because of the knowledge that God shared with him, and he transformed him into one of the greatest angels that, you know what I'm saying, even Michael bowed down to.
Yeah.
Michael the warring archangel?
Yeah.
So, even with the knowledge that Michael has, it doesn't even compare to, you know what I'm saying, Metatron, because of who God has entrusted, you know what I'm saying, to give, you know what I'm saying, as far as the knowledge that he has. And then by him being a secretary, in the sense of God, he writes down everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Even by what the angels have done, he writes it down.
Have you read the book of Enoch?
Yes, I have.
Okay, that's what's up. That's all I want to know.
Oh yeah, I've read the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, all the books that have been excluded out of the Bible. Because overall, I would say that.
Yeah, probably pick it up, say here.
I was just going to say that one too. Okay.
I was going to say, oh.
I'm glad you asked that, Misha, because Jack was making fun of that when you was praying and you said God, Allah in one player. Yeah, because I'm praying to God. Yahweh, Yeshua, Yahweh.
Oh, I remember what I was
Well,
going to say.
I can connect to the higher power. She connects to Baphomet. She does her own practice. She does the practice, the sun and the moon worship. She does the sacrificial practice. And they just be on here going Yeshua, and they talking about Yeshua's a woman, which
Yeshua is not a woman.
is not a woman. God is not a woman, and they on here, so they have their own practice to where y'all are worshiping her like she's the God, or like she's a prophet. Kitty, she acting like she's a prophet, like other than when she's not spreading mess and drama, she's on YouTube acting like her and Natalia acting like they're prophets of God, and they still smoke. Oh yeah, I was just talking about it here because they said that she was making fun of me because I had started speaking in tongues on the live, and she was like making fun of me. Yeah, she not tapped in. She can't tap into because she tapped into the Lord, the low energy.
In their case, it's not that they don't understand. They understand.
I think Jag in the mindset of a manic breakdown. I'm not saying to be mean. She out her mind. Pretty much, she is out her mind. She needs to heal.
Nobody with a burnt kitty make you feel no type of way.
Right, mildew. Because she out of line, and she out of line. She out of line. Let me show you what Jaguar. They got all on Jaguar all on. Look at this. She out of line for this. And I would recommend some shea butter. I recommend shea butter and to get like one of them fishnets from Africa, so you can scrub the black off. And cocoa butter, that helps. She probably got diabetes. That look like a diabetes rash. I'm not sure.
Before she can get anybody else.
They got her all on Facebook like that. I mean, all on YouTube like that.
Wow.
I heard you get that. You get that black spot on you when you have sex and a man is beating it.
Misha.
That's what happened. That's what my grandmother used to say.
Rewind, Misha. What you saying? You get that black mark from doing what?
From getting it beat in.
Oh dear. Oh, well, how did that?
Somebody was burning. Somebody burnt the inside of her leg.
That is point. Okay.
Yeah, she needs to heal.
Let's not assume the cause of said mildew. We're just.
Yeah, she does have the y'all. She has the Baphomet tattoo. She has it. She does her own practices. She said it out her mouth. And I was on there looking crazy the whole time on the Natalia show, looking like this. To where
it wasn't your fault what happened.
Yeah, but they were praying for me, but I knew that they were doing witchery. That's why I was looking crazy. Like, she praying for me, I'm looking like this.
You know that you felt
I'm looking like this.
Yeah. What did happen on Sean Outward show? They were throwing MK Ultra stuff on you.
Yeah, and they doing it. They doing the dance for the white man, doing a monkey dance, and they trying to see if MK Ultra is real. And they all looked at me when I got excited. I was like, you know what that means? They all looked at me like
but they never unpacked it. Like they're not for you. They're not truly, caring enough to allow their audience to see the real truth. They just want this for. I
got on that show. That show was to discredit me for the courts. But you know what? I'm gonna get my justice. If I don't get it I'm gonna have to demand my justice. At this point, I'm demanding my justice in my name. I'm demanding my justice. So I know God is going to give it to me because he's already given it to me spiritually. But he about to give it to me in the 5D world where y'all see me wiggling my nose. He about to give it to me in this world. And everybody's still going to be in disbelief when the truth come out.
Nisha, what you said just now was so cute. But you know that they're going to, like what you just said is going to go blasting everywhere, right?
Let it go viral. Let it go viral. God dang it. I dream Regina around this mother. Okay, right. I dream Regina.
Just know that 5G, any 5G, I mean 5G, right? Just know that
I got prayer warriors. I got demon slayers in my family. My friends slay demons. I ain't scared. I'm not scared. At first, I was alone. It wasn't more so me being scared. It's me telling my story. And when I'm telling that story, I'm going back to that age. Yes. So that's why I seem timid. But I'm all the way there. It's just like when I talk about it, when I went to therapy, I took Jag advice and I've been taking therapy. And I can talk about it without getting real rational, but tears still fall when I talk about it because people look at me like
part of your healing.
They looking at me like that's how they looking at me, and I'm crying because that's the face I always got. But it happened, and I got past it. I act like it never happened to me. I gotta get past it. I'm going to get past it. I'm going to get my justice, and I can care less about the money. Because people been offering me big amounts of money, and I ain't never spent none of them checks. And if I gotta take these checks with me to court, that's what I'm gonna do. It's not about money. I swear for God, it's not about money. I used to worship money, and that's why I got money all on me. You know what I'm saying? I got money all on my body, but I told God I was gonna change my ways, and God promised me that I would not have to worry about anything. And he been having me on my bills paid. I still look nice. My son, he don't know what struggle is. Even if I am struggling right now, my son don't know what a struggle is.
You have peace. You have a family. You have kind people around you. You have a wholesome life. Look at them and look at you. So
these people on the run, fighting themselves, fighting each other, fighting the people that do love them. It's just getting weird because I really feel like her and King Payne were best friends. Like he would cry over Jag. It's just getting weird out here.
Yeah, because she messed over everybody. How is it that everybody gets into it with her and ends up, something goes bad? It's always ending up with the same result. Yes. Everybody turns on her.
And she has no shame. Like, she doesn't feel shame. Like,
just like she took that boy bike. Just like she took around bike.
Two of my friends publicly, you could be certain that the third one will be private, because after the third one, you're all gonna ask, what the hell is wrong with her? And why is it they're all angels, but yet they turn into demons in, Jack's eyes as soon as they start questioning her?
She didn't fell out with Nosy Holab. She didn't fell out with, the list goes on. She didn't fell out with everybody.
And you don't even know her history as much as some of us do, and I'm new to it too. So imagine 4 years of people who have watched what they have seen. Can you imagine? Like, if she had any shame, she would just wrap her tail between her legs and get the F out. Like, why am I doing this? I wasn't even going to talk about her.
Yeah, we're not, because somebody in the comments said her name. I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about Narcissistic.
Yeah, we can all get triggered too.
Literally the same thing.
Now, it's all good, though. We're all on the same page, but we just going to change the subject because Burnt Kitty, she don't need no more airtime. She done had enough. She need to let herself air out. Let it air out.
We're human, guys.
Oh, yeah, it's okay, Amanda. It's okay. We wasn't trying to talk about Jaguar. But she does have the Baphomet. She proud of that. I have the Baphomet tattoo. Like, she like somebody sneaky. Because she knows she's not supposed to be having that tattoo on her. She got the Baphomet tattoo and she throw Yeshua in it. And they talking about God is a girl. And I can't get jiggy with it. Because the Bible verse said, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. And when I was on that show, that woman said, weapons formed against you can prosper. So they over there doing witchcraft, twisting up the words in the Bible, talking about they praying for me. So when I start praying for them, Natalia start breaking down crying. Because I told her she gonna be bigger than Oprah. She can be big as Oprah. She could be big as Oprah. She break down crying. But these people up here casting spells in everybody's face and don't nobody see that. I do. Through the whole video, I'm looking like this. I'm looking crazy, like through the whole video, like all her memes from my page. I'm like looking crazy because I'm comprehending in my head what's going on. But I'm like, is this happening in real life? But I responded slow.
Well, you wasn't lying when you said she could be an Oprah, because we know what we know about Oprah now, right?
Yeah, she could be the next Oprah.
I think, I'm going to say it again. Do you know what Oprah really is?
Yeah, I know what Oprah really is.
What is she?
A pedo.
She's a manipulator.
She's a pedo.
Yes, and to say the least, yes.
She's also in that dark web report, I'll just say.
She's in my report. She's one of the people in my report.
And she's also rocking an ankle bracelet.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh, you mean like a witchy way, or like
like in a prison way. Indictment. Indictment bracelet.
Yeah, I look very uncomfortable. If you go look at the show, the whole time she praying for me and all that, I was very uncomfortable. Like with the praying. Because I'm like, you trying to make me normal. Like I had to tell her I am normal. What you mean? I'm normal? You trying to normalize me, humane me. I am humane. I don't know these tattoos.
I was watching it.
I don't know these.
I saw that live.
Because I had to tell her I'm normal. I mean, what's not normal about me? I don't look normal. And then that made me think, damn, I be trying to fit in to be normal. And I have to understand that I'm normal. What happened to me was not normal. But I am normal. I'm normal.
Misha, I only have one thing. Like, consider this my question. Like, you know how this is a question and answer?
Yeah.
So this is my question. The part that I still have a tough time believing, and I'm not saying you're lying, or that even if you're lying, you did it for malicious reasons. In fact, it's so silly. There's no point, like, why someone would even lie about that. Here's my question. The songs. It's hard for me to believe that you wrote, what was it, 400 songs?
I wrote over 400 songs. I wrote over 400 songs. Everybody, all the music that's out, I know what songs I put out, because a lot of my music I put out, I was reading the Bible. I wrote the church songs.
Okay.
And then I wrote the songs that's on the radio. I wrote about Jezebel spirits. They told me they already have the rapper's character. Lotto character was already invented. Suki Hana character, it was invented. Nicki Minaj character was invented. Drake, Millie, all them character, everybody under University, everybody under Clyde Davis, all their characters were invented before they got Glorilla. Her character, her name might be Gloria Hallelujah, but their characters were invented before they were, if that makes sense.
Okay. Now, you just mentioned Clive Davis. That was part 2 of the question.
Yeah, because he's over all the music.
Came to your house?
He's all over music. Yeah, he came. He didn't come in my house. He came on my street. He didn't go. He never went inside my house.
Okay. Did your grandma see him?
No, I talked to these men. My grandmother never got out the bed until she did meet one of the guys that were like a ghostwriter. She met him once. She did meet them because they gave me money, but mostly they just called me outside and I get the book or they'll record me performing a song, doing dances, and that was it. But I wrote the music. It's hard to believe.
I have a suggestion. Misha, since you're so comfortable with your cards, while you're getting asked these questions, pull out your cards. Pull out your yes or no cards.
What for?
And then just show us on camera. As you're getting asked
I don't
these
read
questions.
people. I don't read people.
No. You're gonna ask the cards. You're like what you did that before. You ask the cards the question and then just let it flow. I think it'll work.
I think her Christian friends are going to get a little bit disturbed now. Again, you guys, it's about intentions. You can't creep out about something that's not meant for evil. Let's be clear, okay? I already said my take on it. I think this is my take on it. If she's a Christian, I think she should not do that. And I'm not.
I don't read the cards. I don't read the cards like I'm over here. Tell me now. What I say is, God, I pray to the Lord, to the higher power, to the good energy. Ask him, and he give me answers. And before I even pull a card, it tells me in my ear, and then the answer in my ear, I pull that card. But I don't ever pull. No, I'm not about to pull the cards and be like, oh, well, yeah, you gonna go down the street next week. Somebody's gonna hit you. Yeah. I'm not gonna about to read no future.
No, I understand, Misha. I was just suggesting it because you are comfortable with the cards. It was just a way to be able to, show and, another side of these questions. That's all I was saying. But, I mean, you're fine.
So I wanted it to be like more like tangible situation right now. So, and I love that the way she's answering it, because I really put myself in the position of like in those days, and I'm like as if I don't know anything about her, and I want her to convince me, because to be honest,
but I already God know what I've been through. I just kind of feel like I'm not.
I don't need to ask her.
I just feel like I be feeling like I gotta convince the world to believe what happened to me. God already know the truth. I know what I've done, and I know the songs. I like,
It's not about convincing. I just want what I was gonna ask you personally, since we're doing a question and answer. I want it to be public right now, so raw. And you already convinced me, but I want to complete that topic. So, and I love that you remembered some things that there's no way if you were lying, you would have said that. Like the way you corrected, you said my grandma never actually met him. That is raw, authentic truth. Like, that did it for me. But,
yeah, because I was just they were talking to me behind her back. Well, they'd call the phone, and she'd be like, get the phone, Shaky. And they would call on the phone, but then they would come and they'll drop off $500, and I give them a book, give it to my grandmother. So it wasn't like she was letting me leave with these men. Now, the day that I left, I took it upon. She told me no, I couldn't go to Diddy's flavor camp. She told me to ask my mama. So I told her my mama was outside knowing my mama wasn't outside, and then that's how I left. But my first time leaving,
Anisha,
yeah.
are you okay talking about this? Because,
Oh yeah, I really don't want to talk about it no more because I don't want to talk about the case no more.
let me stop that one so I can finish her story.
I actually sensed it before, and it looked like she was going that route, so that's why I asked the question.
And I didn't mean anything, Nisha, about the cards. I just thought you were comfortable.
Oh no, my hand's dirty. I would do it, but like ask the cards. What you want me to ask the cards?
Huh?
I said, what you wanted me to ask the cards?
Well, I've just observed you do it before, so I just thought it would be kind of suitable in this moment, for you to, pull out your cards. But you don't have to if you're not comfortable with it. I just was suggesting something that I saw that you were comfortable with doing, but you don't have to.
I want to address some of the comments here. They're saying, let me see what was it. Let Nisha do and say what she wants on her own time. Nisha does what she wants on her own time anyway, and she, many times when we're discussing other things, it goes, this route with her. So I figured since this is a question and answer time, I'm going to play the devil's advocate, and remembering one of my own questions that was like from day one, I decided to ask it myself. And I love that I did that because she was already going that route, and she also, along with that, answered my question. And I think whoever else might have had that question in their mind, they got their answer.
Yeah.
Also, people don't believe that kids write music.
Yeah, I think that.
I was mainly pointing at the other stuff that was approaching.
Yeah.
You should not talk about.
Yes, I know. I believe that kids write music, and I believe kids can be, even at 5 years old, be geniuses or just have certain talents, But for me, that didn't sound realistic, and I'm just being straight out. But your story and the way you answered it right now, everything fell into place. It was perfect. I'm satisfied with it. Misha is quite talented with her songwriting. Got to hear some of it a while ago on one of her lives. I actually haven't. Let me see what else people said. Don't justify yourself.
I understand for Fane. It was just a suggestion because Nisha does pull them out sometimes.
Yeah, when I be shuffling them, I don't be reading them. My nerves just be.
Nisha does what she does.
I just be shuffling them. I gotta be in the mood to do that. Like
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Cause when I read the cards, it be a message from God. Like when God finally. No. You didn't struck my nerves, but when I do be reading it, how I read them, it be God. I gotta wait on God to tell me. Like I'll be sitting there and I can read the cards and I'll be like, God about to give me this. He's about to send this message. I gotta change this about myself so this can happen for me. It be like God gotta give me the message to do it, but I can't just pick up the card and just read them.
I want to go back to something Fane said earlier. She said when we were talking about the whole Jag and Latanya thing, she's saying here, I saw that you kept your hands behind your back and looked very uncomfortable. I want to answer this. I addressed this last live, and yes, I told her that she looked very uncomfortable as soon as Latanya announced Jag's name. I don't know if you were here.
You want to style or you gonna leave it down?
I mean, is it long enough for you trying to do a style?
I'd probably do it halfway. Are you leave it down?
Yeah, just leave it down. Still need to get time to grow.
Okay.
You still wait? A little bit.
Well, ladies, this is where I exit because 5 a.m. is going to come really quickly for me. So this is where I end, this with you guys.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go soon too, guys. I've got to get the kids up early for school.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what was the question? Who was asking that question?
He was asking about what song did Misha write that she knows that became really popular. It's right there in the chat, Fight for Fame.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
One song that's always stuck in my head is because I read it in the Bible, and it's about riding around being with their woes. What a woe is.
You talking about what's that dude? The light skinned dude?
Drake.
What's his name?
Drake. Everybody that's in my reports, those are the people that got my music.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's a lot of people.
All right.
Even Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne didn't write all his music.
Wow.
Because you always saying it to me. You be like, I'm going to pick the world up and I'm going to drop it on your head. Lil Wayne didn't write that. SZA, she didn't write none of her music, but she sang it. Gorilla, Lotto. It's a lot of people. It's like I got to sit down. I know what songs. Like, I got to sit down and rewrite all that. Even church songs. We be singing songs at the church. I be like, I wonder if they know I wrote this. I'll be feeling
They
like
harvested your energy and your creativity.
yeah, they took my energy and my creativity.
That is correct. That's exactly what they did.
And then they fried your brain afterwards.
Yeah, they fried my brain afterwards. Gave me a speech impediment. Made me look like I lie when I tell the truth, so it's hard for people to believe me. And that's when the tears come in, because it's like, dang, how do I reimburse them frying my brain and them putting speech impediment on me when I'm normal? And then, like, when I get to think about it, it's like it started taking over me. Like, yeah, like, I get the stuttering. Like, I know the big words, but I get the stuttering and yeah, like, it just is crazy for him to put that on me. And that's why I say he gonna get everything he deserves, plus more. God is gonna get him. God is already getting him. Y'all heard that he could.
Out there, the is gonna happen because it's time we all focus on the things that matter. And one of these things is what's gonna happen.
You heard about Diddy becoming a priest in jail? You heard about Diddy becoming a priest in jail? He done became a priest in jail.
Confirmation, there is a spirit problem, and a lot of them is walking around entities on other people. They're not aware of it sometimes. So there's a lot of work to be done, and as long as we can communicate, I think we have a way of coming together and raising the vibration.
So Diddy is suing Mitchell and Courtney B for defamation.
Now I heard someone say, I think it was Maggie, say that Courtney B may have some credibility now. So suddenly,
suddenly.
Courtney B is no longer a fake and a phony.
Of course, flip-floppers.
So ironically, our conversation, Anisha, about Courtney B, and I know that he's been in touch with you. You said some things. I didn't know what was true or not, but you clarified. And suddenly now, days later, you seem to have credibility. So, you know what? Let's wait on this. Let's wait and observe to see where all these pieces land. Because at the end of the day, the evil is so real that they would have to cover it up.
Oh, they'll cover it up.
Yeah.
But while he calling me talking about he got videos and stuff, but they gonna cover it up. Yeah, because then that's the one that I get annoyed. Like, it just irritates me. Like, these people are in their 50s and their 60s. I'm young, you know. These people are older than me. Like, even for what you call, we're not gonna say her name. Her ass too old to be acting the way she acting on YouTube. Like, these people are older than me. Like, I'm up here arguing with people that's in their 50s and 60s. Like, I'm disrespecting my elders at this point.
It's not your fault. How people perceive you, what they do, it's not your fault, and you can't control it. The only thing you can control is your own stuff, right?
Yeah, good night, Divine.
Good night, Divine. Whatever you gotta do what you do. Don't worry about nobody, okay? You gotta focus. Focus on the kids, and focus on yourself and your family.
Yeah.
The rest does not matter.
I just can't believe they're settling okay with Courtney. That, like, these people have no shame. They have no shame. And I wonder if it has anything to do with Adria hooking up with them in her life.
Oh, she making the weed she diddy.
We ain't talking about.
That's yeah, because that's the defamation of the character. How it's Ariel and him getting sued.
This is all too much. All of this is too much. Everybody's too nosy at this point. And we really got to stop being nosy. You know why I say this? Because look at Adrian. Look at Adrian. She got pictures of herself being there. She has.
Yeah, did he let her keep her trophy?
She has a civil case. But she is fucking that up by being all out here, being nosy, talking shit, and you know what? She ain't the only one. So we've got to keep our head down. And I don't mean that in a weird way.
Yep, I got his number in my phone.
I just feel like we need to protect survivors. So that they can get their justice.
I got a long life ahead of me. Even when I die, my spirit gonna be alive. Even if I was to get killed, anything, my soul is still gonna be alive. I got a long life ahead of me.
Your soul will live on.
My body might die, but yeah, I'm gonna be here. My God, I know I'm going with the good energy. As much as I begged him to let me go with the good energy, when I was in a messed up situation, I know that he's gonna let me come to him. I'm not doing the same things as I did.
Yes. Yes, I don't know, like, just from what I've seen, every time we've talked to you, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are envious of the fact that you've remained so pure still. That you're so normal.
Yeah, because just like them lawyers said, I called them lawyers, they was like, how are you not a crackhead? They asked for me to be a crackhead.
That's another thing. I can't for the life of me understand how anyone could even try to attach that to her. Like, can you not tell she's not a crackhead? Like, she's just a normal, she's like, I want to say 34-year-old, but more like, 25-year-old to me. Like, she hasn't aged, And I think it's the purity, too. The same is said about me. People look at me, they're like, you look and act like an 18-year-old. I don't know what impression I give you guys, but that's what I get in my real life.
Can we address real quick before I go Amanda's comment about, she's saying, no offense, I'm getting handler vibes. I just want to be clear on my intentions here. I'm not a handler. I'm not and will never be. If you want to know who I am, ask me questions right now.
If you only knew, Amanda, if you, all of you, whoever, if you only knew, I'm the one who reached out to Sid first, and the reason I did so is because just from watching her in the chat when I was blocked, again, it wasn't personal. Nobody knew me. It was just because of, I'm assuming because of, the dog comment. I reached out to her because when I was watching her, the way she was caring for Misha, I can't explain it. Like, I can read the context. I can understand the context of what's being said, when it's being said, and how it's being said. I read this woman just from her texts, and that's why I trusted her enough, because I would never reach out to another person just because of a live. Like, to be honest, I wasn't even certain about Misha. I just knew that I wanted to, not leave her stranded like everyone else did. So I was okay with walking away from it, but because I was there, I had watched one of her lives. When I saw Sid a couple of times in her chats, I reached out to her and I said, wait, she's saying I said vibes, talking over Misha and speak. Amanda, I think you're like, how do I put this? You're taking our kindness as something else. There's so much you don't know. From, like, you're not in our shoes, and you're not even considering the most obvious thing that you should be telling yourself, which is our voice can get overlapped, okay? And there's dynamics here that you don't understand because you're not in our shoes. And you're also not completely putting yourself in the situation, not just in our shoes, but in this specific situation. It's alive. It's four people talking. That's bound to happen. There's a lot of times where I said I'm not even going to, like before we go into the live, I say I'm going to go on mute. And then, I change my mind and I open my mic and I over talk Sid. She doesn't think I'm her handler when I do that. So please, use some common sense.
I understand why Amanda may think that. I just wanted to address it. And I would rather have Lamisha talk about whether we're her handlers or not. Because coming from me or you, people are going to have their perception. But I offer and invite anyone to find out truly by asking questions. I will answer them.
What was the question?
Am I your handler, boo?
No, you ain't my handler. God's my handler. He told me to speak. He told me to speak my truth, Yeah. He said I'm gonna have to fight for my justice. If anything, anything Sid doing is teaching me how to fight for my justice. And I do feel like Courtney B has evidence, and if he does have the evidence, he needs to give them to the authorities. Because why would he call me? Well, why would I ever have a conversation with him and he tell me the things that I know what's on the tapes? He tell me an incident and I just vividly see it, and he don't have to go into details. I go into details to him about what's on the tape. So I hope he did turn that into the authorities. So, but why is he being sued again?
I don't know, Mama. I just wanted to address what people are saying in the chat. It's cool.
Yeah. Sid is not my handler.
Nobody's handler.
So they can be sure.
Google's not my handler. Divine's not my handler. Ain't none of them. I don't know where they came from. I just met them. We just vibe and we just talk on the phone. They could be for the FBI. All I know. I don't know. But they good people.
Look, no matter what we do, if people are not using common sense, it can look all kinds of ways, okay? Use common sense and put yourself in everyone's shoes. And Amanda, after the kind of kindness and consideration we've shown you, we could have gone by our vibes too, by some of your questions and called it vibes and gotten a little bit protective over her against you. But we didn't do that. So why would you do that to us?
Who?
I'm talking to Amanda. I'm saying don't do what we did not do to you. And we're in the position of doing that. We didn't do it to you. Don't scratch our eye out when we didn't even look your way, in that sense, with our vibes. I've been nothing but kind and considerate. Yeah, so what have we been?
No,
So,
I still get why she's saying it though, Goku. I'm not like pointing fingers at anybody. I just like to address things head on, like no bullshit, you know.
that's what I'm doing. It
No,
doesn't
I
matter,
know, but
even
I'm
if
saying
it's not
even with
Amanda.
that. But even with that, even with what Amanda said, I still get why she thinks that. But it doesn't make it true. So
That's what
I'll
I'm
leave it there.
saying. Like, no matter, I keep giving her that consideration, so why didn't she give herself that consideration, is what I'm saying. Talking over Misha and not letting her speak. Okay, yeah, we haven't let her speak. Well, you know what? That's how it is. That's the agreement. How about that? We're her handlers, and that's what we decided. We're not going to let her speak. You don't have to be here to not hear her speak. In fact, I say, why don't you, Misha, why don't you answer her?
What? Oh, what was it?
She thinks that we're not letting you speak, so why don't you answer her?
Oh. What do you want to know, Amanda? Look, my brain's somewhere else. I've got one track mind. I was texting Divine.
Oh.
I feel
Okay,
like this
I'm
isn't
going.
about anyone else.
I'm not her handler, so I hope that's been settled. No matter what voiceover you want. If you don't want to hear my voice, it's cool, but maybe tell Amisha that and I'll stop.
Amanda, this title says question and answer, right? And so you guys asked questions and we asked, but you didn't ask it from Misha. You asked it from her cousins. And she was doing hair like 75 to 80% of the time of this live. So exactly when is it that we didn't let her speak? We don't need you to tell us this isn't about anyone else but Misha. Guess what? It's a four-way conversation. That's what happens. Get a clue, okay? Don't take advantage of our kindness and our hospitality. Like, why of all the people it's you doing this? I don't understand. We gave you the credit. We did not even look at you sideways. And you're trying to pull that on us? So, yeah, like if I right now tell Misha to answer, I mean, if she doesn't answer, that's not on me. Like, she's waiting for you to ask her a question, but the issue is clear. Anyone is acting like we're not letting you talk. Is that true or not?
No, it's not true. They said I feel like they're trying to help her not trap herself up. I don't think Amanda is doing that. It's concern. I don't think take it personal. Oh, she was just saying Amanda.
I don't care what her concern is. She's insulting the reality, is what I'm saying. She's insulting reality. I don't care what her intentions are. She is representing something that did not happen. And I'm going to speak to that. Don't do that. Okay? It really doesn't matter, Dujati, what her intention is. I'm not here for her intention. I'm here for the way that she's carrying herself. She didn't have a right to do that.
Somebody, yes, boss. Y'all believe good.
When it comes to speaking facts, yeah, I'll be a boss. Because I'm being really lenient here by even speaking this way. I'm just going to go mute. I think I said everything that needs to be said. You guys take over.
Well, there's not much more for me to say. I mean,
Look at it came on. That's not funny.
What you laughing about?
Because you're like, ain't nothing much for me to say.
Amisha,
It ain't.
that's annoying, but I get that, and I'm trying to tell Amanda it's cool, and she's saying it's only about Amisha. Okay, well, like, cool, it is about Amisha, you're right. But we're having a phone conversation. Amisha
has people around her. If you don't want the people around her, then you're going to have to ask Lamisha.
Exactly.
Just straight up. And I get why you said it. I'm still trying to defend you here. But fuck it.
Maybe it's because you sound white. You sound white. That's
because I'm literally sitting here trying my best to help Lamisha. In more ways than one. You have no idea.
Yeah, she do be she's my counselor. She my counselor, you know, she's a therapist without the license. But
child, I am not a therapist. What I am is someone who's willing to help fight for you.
She slay demons.
That too. So if you got any on you, you better run. And good night, everybody. I love you all.
Good night.
Even though you guys don't love me.
They love
Are
you.
Are you done with your life, Misha? Because if we leave,
I'm gonna go.
We don't
good
want
night.
them to. Good night. We don't want them to say we ended her life. So are you done?
No, I'll probably go live for a little bit longer and then get off.
Okay. Do you want me to speak by or you're okay?
It don't matter.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, shit is always cool. I feel like it was a good conversation. Diddy's filed for $50 million defamation in grand jury. So he trying to sue for defamation. Is that possible? Huh?
I don't believe so. Because really it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? You already in there. They got the evidence against you or whatever. And then what else, you know what I'm saying, do you expect something to happen?
Yeah. Because I did receive a call saying they do have me on video. You know, they got pictures of me, and I've been waiting on them to give me my pictures and stuff. And it seemed like everybody like playing with me, you know. But God is gonna work for me. Hold on.
Unless it's falling behind, I don't know, because my phone is ahead of your life, so maybe.
But yeah, do anybody have any more questions? But they're gonna have to investigate this, you know. What you call them? Almost done. I heard over the next few weeks ago, next few weeks they don't need to apologize. Carry on, read. Thank you, man. Yeah, we all good. We're good in the hood. They all right. I was doing hair, so they was holding the conversation, but everybody, I was in the conversation too. What you think about? So you said that he shouldn't be able to sue them, huh?
He doesn't have enough evidence to prove that was defamation.
So at this point, he just saying anything because he rich and he can say it.
He's still trying to get out.
He trying to get out. Amanda, I didn't accuse anyone of getting G's read, folks. What you talking about, Amanda? It's okay. Ain't nobody attacking you, Amanda. I probably should leave these tied up. I'm about to edge him up. If I take these up out of him, take them out. It's been a long day. But what is the question? Ain't no question. I still can't believe that Courtney B is getting sued. I ought to text him and ask him what he's getting sued for, but he probably won't respond back. Oh, so he getting in trouble for the Kim Porter book? How is it? But it happened. They were doing threesome. He had sex with men. So how is it defamation of his character? Because of how they wrote the book and how he really is in real life. Like, what's the defamation? I feel like they just be having conversation within the conversation. We was all on like a 3-way call and we were just talking. And we give everybody a chance to speak. I don't feel like they my handlers. I don't know why social media hate them. For all these people to be older than me, I feel like they're a little bit messy. A little bit too messy for me. All of them. They in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they all a little bit too messy for me. I do be feeling like sometimes people be playing with me. But if he have the evidence, he needs to give it over. You know, and not keep it for his protection. He needs to give over any evidence. But they do have evidence of me. They had me all in the Peacock documentary, and I haven't got no recognition, so I don't know. Maybe they do got me videos of me. I don't know. Yeah, but they really everybody a bit too messy. I don't have no link to drop because this is not Streamlab. This is it's Streamlab. I'm not on StreamYard. Yeah, I was in the pool with Paris Hilton and Nicole. They were pouring liquor in my mouth. I had jumped in the pool and I was drowning. And they had me on the documentary, like a piece of it. But I didn't get no recognition, so I'm pretty sure they know children were at the party because they had me on the Peacock documentary. I ought to be trying to sue somebody for that documentary. What I thought about the documentary, I felt like even though it's going to show that he's a pedo, people are still that are around him that love him, they are in denial about him being a pedo and he's a pedo. I feel like people are going to be like, well, like give excuses for him or feel sorry for him. Like they already doing. A lot of people already feeling sorry for him. They feel like people just trying to take down a black man that got into it with a liquor company. When the fact is, God is taking him down because he's been letting Diddy run the show for a minute, and God is taking him down. And I'm thankful for that. Thank you. Nobody is bigger than God. And Diddy thought he was bigger than God. He wanted people to worship him as an antichrist. And now he's about to be the sacrificial lamb. Like he always say. He's the sacrificial lamb. And it's his time to be a sacrificial lamb. He already knew this day was coming. Why didn't he stop? Why didn't he give God the higher power? How they know how to see how when we go to church and then we be like getting the spirit and we be in the spirit with God, we know how to connect to the realms. We know how to connect to the higher good of the energy, right? Why have he taught anybody how to connect to the good energy? Like, he just teaching them to be corrupt, be whoremongers, and to be gay. He just doing everything to be He diabolical, trying to mix human and animal. Like, he's all into this stuff. Stealing things. Important things he's stealing. He's all into this stuff. And it's time up. Time up is for him. His time is up. He said he's sacrificing kids to one of them guys. She don't even believe in hurting children. She don't believe in hurting kids. And he's sacrificing people to this woman on his back that believe in saving children. So I don't know. Yeah, I was underage. And they had me on the documentary. Who did I contact about that? I'm almost cool with not being up there. I just write my book, and whatever blessing I get from my book, I get from my book. But like, if it's meant for me to get my justice, I'm gonna have my justice. But God is vindicating me right now. He's my advocate. God is working in my favor. God just told me to be still, hold my peace. So that's what I'm doing. I ain't stressing about no lawyer. I ain't stressing about nothing. I'm not stressing about anything. I'm not stressing about it. Because he gonna come through for me. And I'm not stressing about it. I ain't stressing about getting to the court, nothing. All I can do is just speak my truth. Yes, everybody trying to discredit the victims before they get to court. What happened to Chris Todd is Chris Todd linked the narrative to him. Yeah, they all put it out there. Most people don't feel sorry for him, but support him. Got a big mouth. No one really is listening, though. Most of society already made up their mind about Hollywood. Yeah, people, they've been talking about Illuminati and what they do. They drink blood and they sacrifice their kids. They've been talking about this stuff. What is the world going to do for it to be different? Why won't them high places that know where the children are, why won't they let these missing people go? I feel like his supporters are doing it to excuse his bad behavior. Yeah, just to excuse his bad behavior. But even if he did it, people don't know how to feel. I don't know. They blame it on the kids being fast. Like it's the kids' fault, you know, so I don't know. It's all in God's hand. And only he knows. Yep, so I need to lay low and be safe. I heard Paris and her sister were victims of their own family. Their dad hunted witches. Yeah. Yeah, I got my clarity, my peace of mind. I watched another victim tell a story, and he tried to help them, and he got punished badly for helping them. He remembered them very, very clearly. Yeah, everybody's gonna find out. Did the dealer even try to make recruits other youngins? Yep, he did that. There were kids. And it's just crazy. So what did Ariel do? Why is Ariel being sued? Why is Ariel being sued? Misha head up. Sewell wrote the legal filing that Damon Williams is planning to run for mayor of New York. He also wants the government to release the tape so she can prove as well. Yeah, interesting, huh? Very, very interesting. If he give out my tapes and my pictures and if he give my statement out, I feel like he deserves to be the mayor. But if they're covering this up, may he go to jail with them. Everybody's trying to cover me up. May they all go to jail. May something happen to them. But it's not up for me to say something's going to happen to them. I'm going to put it in God's hands. But something's going to happen to these people if they're trying to cover me up. Maybe he can. Maybe he can't. The district of attorney, they be acting too bougie, like they can't pick up the phone and call nobody. I don't know. God not letting nobody run the show or get up there and have no authority if they're not doing what he said. Yeah, he is bougie. Alien head, Martian head. He bougie. Martian head. But I pray for my justice. They looking into me. And all we can we just have to wait and see. But I will receive justice. God is going to be on my side. And I'm going to continue to have peace. Thank you. Yeah, come out when the time is right. I like it when the dreads shake. Thank you. I think you turn it off real quick. Oh, I'm gonna edge you up. You got sleepy.
Yeah, I got sleepy.
You got oil at the house?
I got this braid scalp spray.
Yeah, just spray it on the braids. It'll take the white out. What you be having the
I'm
a sideburn?
Still letting it grow.
You edge it up?
Sometimes. I mean, right now, whatever, I'm still letting it, you know what I'm saying, let it grow.
I did my homeboy sideburns today. I look white. See what it up. There we go. Let me see. Alright, white. Hold it up. Let me see, check it again.
Can't shake it too hard, my hand.
Alright, sorry. So you don't know style back, just leave them down?
Just leave them down for now.
Okay.
So make sure, you know what I'm saying, that get enough length, you know what I'm saying, to where you can't go and start doing it.
Let's see. Is this okay with your edge up on you?
Yeah, you got it.
Let's go ahead and spritz on it. Okay, thank you, Kimbo. I love you. Thank you for blessing your knowledge on the live. Oh, they talking about you looking good. Nice. Adam. Huh? Yes, all over my stuff. Right, I've been going live for 3 hours, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for your support.